Consider this an invitation to my Nova Nation. What is happening, motherfuckers? It has been, a long ass time. Over 2 years since the last time I did a live stream. Hold on 1 second, because I can hear myself in my ears, and that's fucking annoying. 1 second. Yeah, mod off. Okay. Sorry, guys. Fucking stupid ass settings. Anyway, if you guys can hear me in the chat, do me a favor, throw, I don't know, since it's been 2 years, throw a fucking 2 in the chat. Let me know you guys can hear me. So I know I'm not talking to absolutely nobody. And then we'll get this shit popping. Yes, Nelson, it has indeed been 84 years. Last time we did a live stream, I was banging Rose on the Titanic. All right, thanks, guys. Thanks for letting me know you can hear me. Nah, I haven't been really MIA. I haven't just really been doing a lot of content on my own channel. On the Wise Old Gamers channel, I do a podcast with them every Friday, like at 6:30 Eastern. So I'm always doing something online. It's just not on my channel. Another reason is I was in the middle of moving for last, 6-7 months. So there was just shit all over the place in the last house as we were preparing to move, and then shit all over this house as we were moving in. And then my current office studio space is a giant open room that isn't enclosed. We're gonna close it off and put glass barn doors, but for right now it's just a giant open space, so it echoes really, really bad. So I haven't really been making a whole lot of content because of that, but other than that, I've been doing shit, making videos here and there, just not very often. But like I said, every Friday I'm over on the Wise Old Gamers channel doing a podcast, and then every once in a while, if someone else asks me to do one of theirs, I do theirs as well. I think 2 weeks ago I did KY Bob's podcast. So I haven't been MIA. I just haven't been super active on this channel, but that's going to change moving into the new year. Moving into 2026, I plan on making content a lot more regularly. Also, I'm going to rebrand. Really not a whole lot's going to change, but instead of just being Supernova Gaming, like you see on the screen, you know, I call the podcasts or these live streams, I call them Nova Nation, and like you guys are the Nova Nation. I'm just going to call the channel that. I'm going to call the channel Nova Nation. I'll still go by Supernova, but it'll be a channel that's more of like us as a community, a group, instead of just my channel. And I'm trying to build it into something bigger, especially because the channel's actually monetized now. Like, holy shit, somehow Google let that shit slip through the cracks. So I don't get very much money because my videos are still like only a couple thousand views. But hey, I get super chats and all that cool shit now, and the merch shelf. But yeah, like when you think about the fact that you get fucking, like, just think about this shit. Like, I think it just dipped below 13,000. I had over 13,000 subs, and then I made three AI fucking music songs, 3 AI songs. God forbid, evidently people fucking were pissed off that I was talking shit. And look, I was fair. I made one going after PlayStation, I made one going after Xbox, and I made one going after Nintendo. Oh, the Nintendo dudes were the ones that were especially upset right? Like PlayStation dudes didn't really say shit, Xbox dudes didn't really say shit. Nintendo dudes, they were fucking pissed off that I was talking about how the Switch 2 is a fucking overpriced piece of shit. But yeah, so I think I lost like 30 subs in the last week. And I was like, fucking is what it is. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that you think about the fact that like, I have now just below 13,000 subs. And then this flip-flopping, clickbait title piece of shit has almost 70,000 subs. Not a single funny or informative video, just clickbait, bait and switch, flip-flopping bullshit. If this guy can get to fucking 70, I can get to fucking 70. I'm sorry, because his fucking videos are bullshit. They're literally just flip-flop. Oh, I'm over here one day, I'm over there the next day. My titles for my videos and my thumbnails have absolutely nothing to do with what I'm going to talk about. And somehow he still has 70,000 subs. And the one's even worse than that, as if that wasn't bad enough. As if the fact that that motherfucker has almost 70 isn't bad enough. This fucking guy has 245,000 subs. This fucking pizza face motherfucker has a play button. Who constantly sounds like he's been walking through a desert for 30 fucking years. Like you can hear like the shit collecting on the sides of his fucking mouth. He just always sounds like he's dehydrated to all fuck, with the same hat that he's been wearing for fucking 17 years, never washed, or I don't know if he washed it or not, but either way, it's like, get a new fucking hat, bro. But this fucking guy, if this guy can get to fucking 245K, I think I can do better than 13K, but yeah, so anyway, fuck both those guys. But no, in the new year, I'm gonna be looking to make a push to try to actually get this channel going someplace. And I want to actually get to a place where I can start giving back to the community. Like once I get to a certain point, I'd like to do like monthly giveaways for hardware or software or shit like that. It's obviously just like not at a point right now where I can do that. But if it ever gets to that point, that's ultimately like what I would like. I would like this to be like just a giant space where we can all just hang out, talk, fucking bullshit, say whatever. No one's gonna fucking get their feelings hurt, and if they do, they can fucking bounce, because that's not the community I'm trying to build. And I can give back when I can. So, but that will be not till sometime in the next year. Not sure what time in the next year, but the plan is to do it sometime in the next year. So it'll be a change to the channel, new logo, shit like that. Anyways, let's see. I'm gonna ask you to be a guest one of these Sundays for a podcast. My kids don't have wrestling anymore on Sundays, so I can plan better day of. Okay, yeah, sure. Let me know, Nelson. I ain't doing shit on Sundays, so just let me know. Xbox is cooked. They're not. They really aren't. If you're talking about as a platform, like for the console, yeah. But that's what's been happening for a while now, and I've been saying that for fucking years. Like I've been saying this shit since at the launch of the PS5. I was like, dude, the Xbox console's toast. Like no one's buying it. Obviously that's hyperbolic, because you get these fucking smart asses like, oh, actually, they sold 50,000 last year. And it's like, when I say nobody bought them, I didn't mean literally nobody, you fucking idiot. But comparatively, when you look at the amount of people that are choosing a PS5 or a PlayStation over an Xbox, the difference is vast, right? And you got to think about the fact that this is also with them having Game Pass, which, yes, I will say, hey, cool, thanks for becoming a member, Game Veteran. I feel like MBG, thanks for becoming a member, guys. MBG every time he does a live stream. He's got people up the ass becoming members. But yeah, cool. Appreciate that, man. That's it's definitely a step in the right direction for my channel. So I really do appreciate that. What was I saying now? Oh yeah. So when you think about the fact that coming into this generation, Xbox had not only the most powerful console, they also had the cheapest console, and they had Game Pass, which you can like Game Pass, you can hate Game Pass. Me personally, I think Game Pass is terrible for the industry. For the consumer, great. And I hate when people are always like, well, I'm just a consumer. I don't care if it's good for the companies. I'm just a consumer. As long as it's good for me, that's all I care about. And it's like, well, okay, but if the thing that you care about or the thing that you like is impacting the industry negatively and at the end of the day hurts the thing that you love, does that not matter? Right? That's like, oh, I love going to this restaurant because they just give me free food all the time. It's like, yeah, but they can't really afford to do that. Listen, I don't own the fucking business. I don't give a shit if they can afford to give it to me or not. I'm just a consumer. I'm there to eat food. If they got food to give me for free, I'm gonna fucking eat. I don't give a shit what happens to them. And I was like, okay, and then what happens when your favorite restaurant that was giving you free food fucking shuts down? Like, these are things that matter. You don't have to be like, oh, I really give a fuck about what corporations make and I care about their bottom dollar. That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is that you can care about your wallet and care about how things specifically affect you personally, and then at the same time care about how things affect the industry overall. Because things that negatively impact the industry overall, at the end of the day, negatively impact you. It's so, I hate when people are like, I don't give a shit what happens to them. I get my Game Pass shit. That's all I care about. Hey, thanks, Richard. Or Ricky, whatever the fuck you, I don't know what you want to be called. Ricky, Richard. But thank you, sir. So I hate when people say that shit. But, again, back to the point I was trying to make. Whether you like it or don't like it, again, I fall on the side of I don't like it. But whether you like it or don't like it, you can't argue with the value that is there for Game Pass, right? I personally don't find very much value in it for me because I, for those of you out there who don't know, I was in a motorcycle accident in 2014 where I severed my spinal cord. I'm in a wheelchair, I'm a paraplegic, I suffer debilitating chronic nerve pain, I don't work, I'm on disability. So I have really nothing but time. So when new games come out, I buy them, play them, beat them. By the time games come out in PS Plus or a Game Pass, I've long since beaten those things, right? I beat them a long time ago. So when I go into Game Pass, other than the Xbox first-party games that are going there day and date, which is really the only reason I have Game Pass. What's up, Mamoru? I think it's Mamoru Chiba. What's up, man? With the exception of those Xbox first-party games that go into the service, which, like I said, is really the only reason I have Game Pass, for the Starfields and the Indiana Joneses and the Clockwork Revolutions and things like that. Everything else that's in there, I've already played, I've already beat, and I already own. So there's really no, I don't see the overwhelming value in Game Pass for myself, but I understand to other people who don't buy and play and beat new games the second they come out, who work a lot or have families and just don't have time, or have a lot of kids. Like, the value of Game Pass, I don't think can be argued for someone like that. So when you take into account that they have the cheapest console, the most powerful console, and the best valued service in gaming, and still couldn't convince the large majority of people to buy their console. Like, that right there shows you that the console, not Xbox, but the console as a platform, is dead. Xbox is never gonna die because Xbox is no longer the box. Xbox is the brand. Xbox is now Game Pass. It's the service. Let's see. No, I've been watching for almost 16 years. Now that I have a job, I'm definitely supporting the channel. Hey, thanks again, man. I appreciate it. Like I said, little by little, hopefully we can get to a point where I can start giving back. I would like to do, like I said, giveaways and contests and all kinds of cool shit, right? Like, I got nothing to do anyway, right? So I'm really gonna lean into doing something with this fucking channel. I have it right now. Even though I'm relatively small, I still have more subs than a lot of people I know. Like almost everybody that I do the podcast with on Wise's channel, on the Wise Old Gamers channel. Actually, not almost. I think everybody there, I have more subs than them by a decent amount. Probably if you combined all of them, I probably have more subs than them. So, I might as well try to do something with the channel, right? And then it'd be, if I could ever get to a place where I have enough fucking subs to get like, I don't know, codes to review games, that would be fucking awesome. Now, let's be honest, or not let's be honest, but let me keep it real with you guys. I'm not trying to turn this into a job, right? This is my hobby. I want it to stay my hobby because I do firmly believe that once someone decides to make the transition to YouTube is not a hobby, YouTube is now my job, everything in their mind shifts. Everything that they do, all the decisions they make shifts into, I've got to do everything I can to maximize possible subs and possible ad revenue and all this other stuff because this is now my job. And fact of the matter is, the way I like to make content, the way I like to make videos, my personality specifically, I'm not super advertiser friendly, right? Like, I can't censor myself, right? Like, obviously I'm not, it's not like I don't have a filter. If I absolutely needed to filter myself, I can go an entire fucking 24 hours in a live stream without swearing once if I need to. Like when I used to work regular jobs, did I swear while I was working? No, because I'm at work and that's not what you do at work. But I'm not at work now. I'm in my house being me. And me is someone who swears a lot. I enjoy swearing a lot. I like swearing a lot. I'm not trying to change who I am. I'm not gonna put on a fucking little suit and a professional costume and then sit here and try to be like a professional person online. I'm still gonna be me. So I'm not trying to make this a job because, like I said, I do feel like when you can see that shift. The second people get to the point where they can make this a job, you can instantly see the shift in their attitude and how they do things and how they approach things. And I'm not trying to do that. I am going to be me and do my content my way until they kick me off this fucking platform, right? So, but anyway, long story short, back to the point I was trying to make before. Xbox is not dead. The console as it's known is dead, but the brand is going to be around forever, right? They keep putting Game Pass on more shit. They're putting Game Pass on TVs, preloaded on TVs. I think they're putting them in cars now. So the other thing is, let's be honest, the only reason why Game Pass and Xbox are alive today is because Microsoft had enough fuck you money to subsidize all the fucking money Xbox was losing, right? Like, Xbox dudes want to act like Phil is some fucking super genius who's done amazing things for the brand, and it's like, in all reality, all he did was say, yo, Satya, open the wallet so I can buy some shit. That's all Phil's really done. I mean, again, hyperbolic. They've done some other cool shit, right? But in terms of, like, making big moves, the big moves they've made, it wasn't really anything amazing that Phil Spencer's done. It was him just saying, Satya, open your wallet, I want to buy some shit, because Xbox didn't acquire ZeniMax. Xbox didn't acquire Activision Blizzard King. Microsoft did, because Xbox didn't have the money to do it. Microsoft had to do it. But because Microsoft had enough fuck you money to subsidize all the losses that were happening, and they were willing to spend all the money, and I'll give Phil credit for that. He was somehow able to convince Satya, even though Satya was like inches away from pulling the plug on the entire brand, saying, listen, let me buy a bunch of shit, we'll go third party, and we'll start making a bunch of cash because we're just gonna have our games everywhere. And not only are we gonna have our games everywhere, we're gonna own the biggest games, and the biggest games will be everywhere. So, I think you have to at least give Phil credit for that, for convincing Satya to not pull the plug on Xbox and letting him spend $80 billion to make acquisitions. So Xbox isn't going anywhere. The console, that may be another thing. If the rumors about this hybrid console next generation are true, I don't know how many people are going to be interested in that. I'd like to see the sales numbers on the ROG Ally Xbox X or whatever the fuck it's called, because you keep hearing, oh, they're sold out. And it's like, cool, but how many did they make, right? Did they make 5? Did they make 5,000? Did they make 500,000? Like, how many did they make in order for them to sell out? Because I don't know. I personally, I don't really see the appeal in all these new handheld things, the ROG Allies and the Steam Decks. It's like, why would you want to play your fucking games on that little ass screen? And I understand the people like, yeah, well, I play on the train between home and work. And it's like, I'd rather fucking wait till I get home to play my games on a fucking 75-inch TV with surround sound and not a fucking 8-inch LCD, LED, OLED fucking display with shitty sound. Like, I'd rather just wait till I get home. Like, I don't know. But there's evidently some amount of market there for it, or people there for that, because people are buying them, not just the Xbox ones, but all the other ones. So evidently there's a market for that. I personally don't see the appeal, because I don't know. It's like you can go to the movie theater to watch a brand new movie out in theaters, or like you can pay the same amount of money to watch it on your phone. Not even watch it in your house, like watch it on your phone. It's like, who the fuck wants to do that? Like, the experience it's not the same. But anyway, let's see. Xbox always goes for the power narrative, and look how that's worked out for them. Yeah, and that's why, I don't know. We have a dude on the Wise Old Gamers podcast, Lemon. And Lemon, he's pretty adamant that next generation, that the next-gen Xbox is going to once again go for the power crown. Evidently, he has people that he knows that are saying shit. And his reasoning is because, according to him, Xbox, their base is hardcore gamers, and PlayStation's base is just casuals, which I don't know what data he has to point to support that. And I press him on it, but he says, oh no, Xbox's base is the hardcore and PlayStation's base is the casuals, which again, I haven't seen any data to back that up. And if that's the case, why is it that the Xbox Series S sells better than the Xbox Series X? You would think if the Xbox base is all hardcores, then the X would be selling more, not the S. But the S is the one that sells the best. That's not what a hardcore gamer does. A hardcore gamer doesn't buy the weaker option, right? A hardcore gamer is like, yo, give me the most powerful one you have. So again, I don't know what data he has to back up that claim, but he says that Xbox is going for the power narrative again. I don't understand why they would do that, because to me, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. When they made the Xbox One X, which reclaimed the power from the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 4 Pro, they didn't sell a lot, and it didn't turn the tides of them getting their asses kicked in the Xbox One PS4 generation. And then people are like, oh, well, yeah, but Xbox tripped out the gate of the Xbox One generation. They tripped. This is a brand new generation. The Xbox Series X is going to be the most powerful console in the world. And you'll see that now, without all the TV bullshit and Connect and all that, they're gonna smash PlayStation. And then Xbox did this weird thing where they made 2 SKUs, right? And yeah, PlayStation has 2 SKUs too, but it's the same hardware. A PlayStation 5 digital and a PlayStation 5 regular are the same exact console, except one has a disk drive, one doesn't. But the hardware is the same. The Xbox Series S and Series X are 2 completely different consoles. They have different specs. So they did this weird thing where they split it up and made 2 separate SKUs. So now they now have the cheapest option, which in theory would undercut the PS5 digital. And they have the most powerful option for the same price as a PS5, which in theory would drive hardcores to the Series X, because why would you buy a less powerful console at the same price? Yet, history has shown us that nobody gave a fuck. They're like, yeah, we don't give a shit that you have a cheaper one. We don't want an Xbox. We don't care that the Series X is more powerful. We don't want the Xbox, right? So I don't understand why Xbox going into the next generation would once again chase the power narrative when we know now, currently, the best-selling Xbox Series console is not the most powerful one, it's the least expensive one. So if Xbox is trying to do anything, and ultimately their goal should be trying to get as many Xboxes in as many households as possible, to me, it makes zero strategic sense to once again chase the power narrative next generation. And let's say hypothetically, if they only have one SKU this time, to chase the power narrative when we know that the people of this generation didn't give a fuck about the power. They went for the cheaper console. And you can't say, oh, well, only certain people. No. The Xbox user base in mass said, we don't care about the power. We choose the cheaper console. Which again, going back to what Lemon said, doesn't seem like a base full of hardcores to me, but it is what it is. So again, I don't see a logical reason why they would ever chase the power crown again. It didn't work for them with the Xbox One X. It didn't work for them with the Xbox Series X. The best success they've seen is with the cheaper console. So, and especially since they're pushing Game Pass so heavily, and everything is a fucking is an Xbox. My fucking TV is an Xbox. My Apple Watch is an Xbox. My fucking toaster is an Xbox. Everything is an Xbox. The specs at the end of the day don't really matter, right? Especially when people are streaming games more and more. So why chase the power and completely cut your legs off at the knee and not go for the cheaper option? But hey, I don't have a fucking degree in sales and marketing. I don't get paid multi-millions of dollars like these people at these corporations do. So what the fuck do I know? I just know that, to me, strategically, it makes no fucking sense. We talked about the Asus Xbox ROG Ally. I did for a little bit. Hey, Supernova, welcome back. Thanks, Brandon. Yeah, the Xbox console is dead at this point. Next gen will just be Xbox PC, but the brand and service, game devs, etc. will keep on going. Yeah, I think the next gen Xbox is really only going to be successful because it's going to be that hybrid Xbox PC, right? And this is again hypothetically because nothing's been announced, right? We're talking about hypotheticals, we're talking about rumors, because nothing's been actually announced. But the word on the street is that the next gen Xbox is going to be a box that can boot both Xbox and Windows, or a box that will have both the Xbox Store and Steam. And I think if that happens, that console is only successful because of the integration of Steam. And it won't be more successful than a PlayStation 6, I don't think. I think that it doesn't matter what they do at this point. The brand, it's the third place brand, right? It doesn't matter what they do at this point. It's Nintendo and PlayStation are the larger worldwide brands when it comes to gaming. Outside the United States, nobody really cares about Xbox, right? Xbox has a large following in the States. Even in the States, it's not as much as PlayStation, but in the States, they have a large following. Once you step out of the continental United States, their following, the people that support them, almost disappear. Outside the US, the support is all for Nintendo and PlayStation. Again, that's hyperbole. I'm not saying that nobody likes Xbox or nobody supports Xbox outside the US. I'm just saying comparatively, it's next to nobody. Because you get these fucking smart asses, actually, fucking 8% of South America support the Xbox. Yeah, 8%. Who gives a fuck, bro? When it's 8%, then it's like fucking 40 and 50 and shit for the other two. Like that, when I say nobody, I mean comparatively, dumbasses. So yeah. Let's see. What's up, 1%? King Super, the best. Hello, mate. What up, Led? So no sponsorship for you then? I mean, probably not. I mean, I technically have a sponsorship, but I don't really count it as a real sponsorship. I was on Facebook and there was this fight. You've probably seen it on Facebook. There's ads for, basically it's G Fuel, but not G Fuel. It's like Temu G Fuel. I think it's called Dubby or some shit like that. And they're like, we're looking for people to sponsor. Do you have a large subscriber base? Well, we'd like to support you. Blah blah blah. So I filled out the forms and I got all this shit. So I have a Dubby account, and if I wanted to, I could like put the link for people to get a what do you call it? To get money off if they purchase Dubby. But again, it's just like, it's like Temu G Fuel. Right, fucking AliExpress G Fuel, and it's like, I don't know. It seems fucking dumb. Could I do it? Yeah. Would it seem kind of silly? Also, yeah, because like, what the fuck is Dubby? And I kind of feel like they give it to anybody, right? Like I don't, even though like I had to like, you know, quote unquote qualify. I kind of feel like as long as you fill out the forms, I feel like they give it to anybody, right? So technically, I have a sponsorship, if you want to call it that, but I'm not really using it. Let's see. Good to see you doing content again. It's been a minute. Been listening since before you had 1,000 subs. Thanks, man. Yeah, no, it's shit. That was a long time ago. It's crazy because I blew up pretty fast. I originally was doing videos like way back in the day, around probably, I don't know, 2015, 2016 maybe later than that. And I was just getting into trying to make YouTube videos. I was teaching myself video editing. It was taking me 2 hours to edit like a 20-minute video. And then I would put it up on YouTube. This is like in the very, very beginning. And I had like 100 subs. And so I would spend 2 hours to edit this video, to throw it up there, and it would get like 10 views. And I would get maybe a sub, if any subs. And for like a whole year, I put the shit down. I was like, dude, this is, like, I like doing it, but like, if there's no growth whatsoever, like, is it really worth the 2 hours I'm spending to edit these videos to have nobody see it, right? Like, it's one thing to make the content and people see it, but I'm making videos and like between 1 and 10 people see it. That's like next to nobody. Is it worth all the effort? So I put it down for about a year. And then I came back to it right about the time that the console wars were kicking off again between the PS5 and the Series X. And I made a video called Teraflops Don't Mean Shit, because at the end of the day, they don't. And that video got a lot of traction. And I started growing rapidly at that point. I was growing about 1,000 subs probably a month, maybe less. Even got on the radar people like Tyrone Magnus, who has well over 1 million subs, gave me a shout out twice on his channel because he was even onto my content. And I was making videos and just getting thousands and thousands of subs and thousands of views. Then I had to go into the hospital. I had a surgery. I went to the hospital and I wasn't making content, and I took about a month or so off. And then when I came back and I was making content again, it was like the algorithm was no longer my friend. The algorithm was like, new number, who this? Right? Like, just wasn't friendly at all. And I wasn't getting anywhere near the amount of views that I once was. Because I went from about 100 subs to I think over 10 in 1 year. Right? 100 subs to over 10,000 in 1 year. And then I got up to about 13. I've now dipped under 13, but I got up to 13. And I've been stuck at 13 for like fucking 6 years now. Some shit like that. 4 years, 5 years, some shit like that. And part of it's my own fault. I don't make content regularly enough to keep the algorithm happy. So that's something I got to work on. I know that. But yeah, no, it's been a while since I've been at 1,000 subs. It was so fun seeing the channel blow up at that time. I would make, every time we'd hit another milestone, I would make like a video like celebrating that milestone and make like a cool, or not cool, but like a funny dance intro. Not me dancing, but like another video of someone else dancing, and I would put my logo over their head and play some like 90s dance music and shit that I grew up with. But it's been a minute since I've been able to make any type of milestone video, just because the channel's really been stagnant. Again, mostly my own fault, but we'll see what we can do about that moving into 2026. Nice to hear you live again. Hope all is well. Thanks, Paul. Yeah, everything's great, man. Just moved into a new house. Things are good. Xbox versus PC next gen, and they're going to lose that battle too. It's not even Xbox versus PC, because Xbox and PC are the same shit, dude. Think about it. I mean, PC, if Xbox didn't give PC their games, like, they would barely get a lot of the major games that we get, right? Other than third-party ones, but PC gets all the Xbox games. PC even gets games from Xbox that are exclusive to PC. Like, how fucked is that? Like, Xbox not only puts all their first-party games on PC day and date, but they even give PC exclusives that Xbox doesn't get. Xbox does that. Xbox gives PC exclusives it doesn't give Xbox. Make it make sense. But no, I don't think that they're really versing each other. They're at this point, they're kind of, joined at the hip, right? So, but it's pretty much what Microsoft has been doing since the 90s, just putting a shit ton of money everywhere and kill the competition if possible. Yeah, I know that's been a strategy for them. I don't know that that's working in the gaming sphere, because it doesn't matter how much they spend, they're not really putting Nintendo or PlayStation out of business. PlayStation, I think, had like the best revenue, like record revenue, which is why people are getting pissed off about layoffs and shit and canceled games and stuff. They're like, how do you guys get like record revenue? Although I don't know what their profits are. Like, record revenue, people focus too much on revenue. It's like, yeah, record revenue, but what were their profits, right? It's the record profits. You can have record revenue, but if the profits aren't there, it doesn't matter, right? Because revenue is the money you make before calculating all the money you spent. Revenue is just how much you made total, not deducting all the money you had to spend for shit. After you deducted all the money you spend for shit, then you come to whether, you have profit or no profit. But revenue at the end of the day doesn't really mean a whole lot. So record revenue is great, but record profits really what matters. So I don't know if they had record profits, but they did have record revenue, so people are getting upset that they're making all this money. So, I mean, if Xbox is trying to kill, I don't think they're trying to kill Nintendo, but I think they would like PlayStation to die, specifically just because PlayStation is their closest competition. If they're trying to kill PlayStation, I don't think it's working. I also don't think that they are trying to kill PlayStation. They're literally putting their games on PlayStation because they don't sell on Xbox. Again, this whole argument that like, compare your sales of Spider-Man to Forza Horizon 5. Like, what sales for Forza Horizon 5? Like, you guys don't give us sales numbers. You guys give us players. Player counts don't fucking matter. I don't give a shit how many people logged into Game Pass to play Forza Horizon 5. That's not the same as the amount of people that opened their wallets and paid $70 to play Spider-Man or Spider-Man 2. I think at the time it was $60 for Spider-Man or $70 for Spider-Man 2 or God of War Ragnarok. Just because you can have 50 million players for Forza Horizon 5. If you only sold 2 million copies, you only sold 2 million copies. So like, it's so dumb. That's why I hate this. Oh, we count players, not copies sold. Like, who does that? Nobody else does that. Nobody else does that shit. Even fucking other streaming services, right? So, but yeah, if they were trying to kill PlayStation, they wouldn't be putting their games on PlayStation. And let's be real, Forza Horizon 5 probably sold better on PlayStation 5 than it did on Xbox Series consoles. That doesn't mean that Just because there are more people interested, it's just that the user base is larger, right? That's the other thing. You always have dudes like, oh, well, look how many more people bought the game on PlayStation than Xbox. Well, no shit, guy. The fucking install base is what, 2, almost 3 times the fucking size? Of course more people bought it there. There's more fucking people there. Right? That's like fucking having 2 competing bars, and one bar has a capacity of 50 people, and the other bar has a capacity of 300 people, and they're both full, right? It's standing room only, and at the end of the fucking Saturday night, the fucking bar that had 300 people in it was like, yeah, well, we sold like 80 Bud Lights, guy, you only sold 10. It's like, well, yeah, you had fucking 300 people in your fucking bar. They didn't. Like, of course you sold more. This idea that people want to brag that, oh, more sold on PlayStation than Xbox, yeah, their user base is bigger. Duh. Fucking, like, context matters. That's why I hate a lot of these arguments you see people have online. They want to throw out the headline. Throw out the headline and weaponize the headline, weaponize the news, weaponize whatever the fuck it is to try to score the what do you call it, console war points, but don't want to provide the context, which fucking, it matters, right? The context matters. Yes, it sold more there, but there are more people there. It should sell more there. What are we talking about? Right? Like, people just love to throw out the headlines, throw out the weaponized news, and just take all the context out of it to try to score the fucking console war points. It's so fucking dumb. And then, God forbid, you try to, like, provide the context. You're like, actually, here, let me provide the context to explain why what you're saying is fucking stupid. And, oh, fucking fanboy triggered. We triggered a fanboy. Why are you so angry, bro? It's like, I'm not angry. You're saying shit without providing the context that it matters. But, all right, cool story, bro. Let's see. Scorsese says that King Super, why watch movies on a phone? Shit is lame. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna watch movies or shows on my phone. Like, the only time I'll ever watch like a show or something on my phone is if I left my room to come out and eat in my kitchen, because I don't like eating food in my room, and I don't want to stop watching the show, so I'll fucking prop up my phone while I'm eating, and I'll watch the show for the fucking 15 minutes it takes me to eat my food, and then I go back to my room and I finish watching my show. Other than that, like, I'm not watching content on my phone aside from like YouTube. YouTube is the main content I consume on my phone. That's it. I don't watch anything else on my phone. I have a fucking TV for that. Even YouTube. When I'm in my room, I'm watching YouTube on my fucking TV. Why am I gonna watch it on my phone? I have my fucking TV. So I don't understand, but that's me, right? Obviously, there are gonna be people out there that they don't care about the gravitas of seeing shit on a big screen or having a big surround sound system, right? They don't give a shit about that. They just want to consume the media, consume the movie, consume the show. They don't care how they consume it. All they care about is consuming it. I'm not that person. I'm very much a fucking... I guess I can call myself spoiled, but I'm like an elitist when it comes to how I consume my media. I want big fucking TVs. I want big fucking sound. That's how I want to consume my shit. I don't like consuming it otherwise. Like, I have a fucking surround sound system, and if for whatever reason, like, it gets delinked somehow, and it's just the TV speakers, I refuse to watch whatever I'm watching. Or if like the surround sound breaks or whatever, and I'm watching something, I will stop watching what I'm watching. Fix whatever the problem is, and then go back, because when the sound comes out of the TV speakers, I'm like, ugh, fucking gross. TV speakers? What is this shit? Like, I'm that guy. I'm like, I'm not listening to this shit in TV speakers. I ain't doing that. Sorry. So, but that's very much me. I understand that there are people out there that they don't give a fuck. I'm very much not that person. You heard about now you have to redeem your MS points for a Game Pass gift card. I didn't hear that, but I also don't care about that. Like, I never do that. I don't have any MS points. So I don't even know how that system works. I don't buy any games on my Xbox. My Series X is literally just for me playing first party games on Game Pass. That's it. I don't buy any fucking games, so I don't get any MS points, at least that I'm aware of. Makes no sense to buy an Xbox. If you get a PlayStation, you have Xbox games and PS exclusive combined. That with PC in your set. I mean, yes and no, right? Because some people don't want a PC. That's me. I don't want a PC. I don't want to game on PC. I've gamed on PC in the past. It's not that I don't like gaming on PC. It's just that I prefer consoles. So I could get a gaming PC. I don't want one. I have my PS5. I have my Series X. I don't want a gaming PC. I just bought like a $1,500 Mac Mini. I could have bought a gaming PC. I chose not to. I bought a Mac Mini with the M4 Pro, whatever fucking is the highest cheap you can get in the Mac Mini, so I could do all my video editing and shit. I could have bought a gaming PC. Chose not to. I don't want to game on PC. I don't like gaming at a fucking desk. Yes, I'm well aware you can game on your TV. Back in the day when I used to pirate movies and shit, I would pirate movies on a PC and then hook it up to my TV. And me and my roommate, my buddy, we would watch Dexter and Game of Thrones on the TV that I pirated off the internet, right? Like, I understand that you can do that. Also don't want to do that, right? Like, I don't want to have to keep a fucking keyboard and a mouse next to my freaking bed. Right now, I game in my room. Right, my TV in my room. I have another room in the house that's going to be a dedicated gaming room where it's going to be like couches, big TV, all that shit. So I'll have like a gaming space in my room when I'm in my room going to sleep or in bed, and I'll have a dedicated gaming room to game in. But right now that room is filled with boxes, so that room isn't set up right now. But still, like, I don't want to have to keep a fucking keyboard and mouse next to the couch or next to my bed in order to start playing my fucking games. I just don't want to. I'd rather have my Xbox and I'd rather have my PlayStation and just know that they work. I don't have to worry about all the updates and drivers and all that shit. And I understand people are like, oh, it's really not that big of a deal. You don't have to worry about it. There's plenty of times that I know people that game on PC where they're having issues because they have to update something or fix something or something happened. I'm not saying it happens all the time. All I'm saying is that I just turn on my console, boot the game, and it runs. I don't have to worry about anything else. I don't want to have to worry about anything else, right? So if you are a person like me who does not give a fuck about PC, not every Xbox game is going to come to PlayStation. And even if they did, they may not come out for a year. If they're not day and date, it may be a year. I may not want to wait a year to play whatever the game is, right? Like, I think Clockwork Evolution coming out for Xbox looks fucking awesome. I don't know that that's going to be a multi-plat game, but let's say hypothetically it was a multi-plat game and it was coming to PlayStation. Let's say it was coming to PlayStation confirmed 6 months later. I'm not trying to wait 6 months to play that game. I want to play it day one. So for me, it makes sense to have a PlayStation and an Xbox because I don't want to game on a PC. So I don't necessarily agree with you that there is no reason to get an Xbox. There is a reason. It just depends on, are you that person, right? So let me know what the fuck he's talking about. Let's be real. He snorts pixie dust. I mean, I don't know if he does or doesn't, right? I mean, I know he knows more people than I do in the industry, so I don't know what he knows or doesn't know or what they say or what they don't say, but I'm just saying that his what he's saying Xbox's strategy going into next generation doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Let's see. Microsoft just making shelf space at Costco for next generation Blitzkrieg. Okay. Blitzkrieg or what? Like, do you really see them selling a whole bunch of shit next gen? I don't. What's up, Super? What's up, Lesser Logic? Nova finally. Yes, Jonathan. It's only been 2 years. Yo, it's a moron. What's up, Paul? Fucking yo, it's a moron. Thanks, Paul. Let's see. That recent study that said Xbox players play more games also showed PSN players average 14 hours per user. Steam, 10 Xbox, like 7 if it was a TV app. Well, yeah, that was one of those things where people weaponized the information without providing the context, right? Because you had two kind of dueling articles. You had an article that said that Xbox players play more games than PlayStation and Steam. But that lacked the context that Steam and PlayStation players play games longer. So what that would cause one to infer is that Xbox dudes are booting up games, not finishing them, because they have Game Pass, right? Like when you have Game Pass and you have access to hundreds and hundreds of games, you may boot up a game, try it, be like, I don't like that one, move on to the next one. Nothing wrong with that, right? There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. You got nothing going on. There's no games out right now. You boot up Game Pass, like, let me check this one out. Not feeling that one. Let me check out this one. Not feeling that. Let me check out this one. You may go through 10 games before you find a game that you actually like, you know what, I'm gonna check this one out, right? So yes, on average, Xbox gamers play more games than Steam and PlayStation. But on average, Steam and PlayStation gamers play games longer because they're not bouncing from game to game to game to game to game. But again, people like to weaponize the one article without providing the context that it means that they're just playing more games doesn't mean they're playing the games longer. Which, again, that context matters. Let's see, you go after them fools, King Soup. I'm not sure what fools you're talking about, Led, but okay. I had 204 hours on Xbox like 2 years ago, and that put me in the top 10% of Xbox gamers in my wrap up. Really? That's not a lot of hours. I don't think that's right, dude. There's no fucking way. Because that's not a lot of hours at all. I'll do 204 hours sometimes in, what, a month? I mean, I'm not saying that you're lying, but I don't know. It just seems like it's a little low. Let's see. You played Silent Hill F? No, it doesn't interest me. I've never been a Silent Hill person, I'll be honest. I know some people are like, gasp, how dare you call yourself a gamer? Redeem this man's gamer card. But I just never was. Like, for me, it was always Resident Evil. Like, I had Resident Evil, and then there was Silent Hill. When I played Silent Hill, I was like, this isn't as fun as Resident Evil. So I just stopped caring. So, like, I didn't play Silent Hill 2, didn't care. I'm not playing Silent Hill F, also don't care. So no, I didn't. I don't know if it's good or bad, but when is GTA 6 coming out? Supernova, isn't it like May next year or some shit? I don't know, fucking look it up. I know it's sometime next year if it doesn't get fucking pushed, right? Let's see, GTA 6 release date. Yeah, May 26, 2026. So 5/26/26, if that date holds. Oh, well, fucking Maddie right underneath the answer. Answer the fucking question. All I did do was like read down one. What up, Supernova? What's up, Red? Do you ever play a VR? I do. I had the PSVR 1. I only kept it for a couple months and then I sold it because for me there wasn't enough games there. It was mostly just experiences. And I wanted more like actual games. So I sold it after a few months. PSVR 2 came out and it looked super, super promising. The tech was much better. Had foveated rendering. The what do you call it? The pixel per inch for each eye was better. Resolution. It had way less of the screen door effect. Like, there was a lot to like about the PSVR 2. So I bought the PSVR 2 for the $600, whatever the fuck it was when it came out. And then PlayStation just never fucking supported it. Right? Like, I was waiting for like the banger ass fucking games to come out. Yeah, Horizon Call of the Mountain was cool, and it was one of the best looking VR games out. But it was also 80% a climbing game. Like, the combat was fun, the puzzles and shit were fun, but then 80% of the time, I felt like a fucking chimpanzee or an orangutan as I was fucking climbing shit and you know, pulling or, you know, walking across rope bridges and shit by hand, like fucking, again, like an orangutan. And I beat it, but I wouldn't call it amazing. I had way more fun with what do you call it? The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, which was a really, really fun zombie game because it was a game where you have your gun on your hip and you can like let your gun go by your hip and it fucking automatically attaches to your hip, and you fucking hit your trigger by your hip and pull out your gun, and then you can grab machetes and swords and bats and all these other things, and you hit zombies, and wherever you hit them, that's where they're getting hit, right? They take damage where you hit them. You can take a screwdriver and literally stab a zombie in the eye or in the ear. You can hit him with your hand. So I can literally fucking, as a zombie's coming up, fucking literally just backhand him, just bitch slap him with the back of my hand, like my left hand, just like, bah, fuck out of here, bitch. And as he's like fucking coming back from getting slapped like a bitch, stab him in the eye with a fucking screwdriver. Like, that gameplay is so dynamic and fun, but there's not enough experiences like that on the PlayStation VR 2. So after a while, I just fucking sat there and collected dust. And then the other thing was that it's such a pain in the ass to set up, right? The PSVR 2, it doesn't have built-in speakers. So you've got to start by, and it's corded, right? Which, yeah, great, it's corded. You're getting additional power from the PS5, but you got to start by getting the cord out of the way, putting the fucking thing on. Then it has to map the room around you, which for me is not easy because I'm in a wheelchair. So like I'm trying to turn and map out, and it wants me to like spin in place. I gotta like try to spin in place to map out the room. It's a pain in the ass, okay? And then after that, then they gotta put on fucking headphones or put in earbuds or whatever. So like there's a whole, like it's like a whole fucking ritual of a process just to get the thing fucking put on and ready to go. And then I got a MetaQuest 3. And you just put it on and you're done. You put it on, you're done. You don't gotta fucking map shit. You don't have to worry about putting on headphones or earbuds. It has speakers built into it that are actually pretty fucking good considering. And it just fucking works. And it is far more capable than the PSVR 2. Not in terms of how powerful it is for gaming, but just in all the other things you can do with it. There's so many more things you can do with it that the PSVR 2 can't. So if a PSVR ever comes out that's wireless, like a MetaQuest, I'll be there day one for it. But if the next PSVR 2 comes out and it's corded again and it doesn't have built-in speakers, I don't know that I'm there for that, especially because PlayStation has shown that they just don't give a fuck about supporting the hardware. Like, they haven't done shit. Where are all these first-party games for the PSVR 2? You got Horizon Call of the Mountain, and what else? Name another one. Don't worry, I'll wait. Is there? I don't know. I never fucking heard any. There might be, but I haven't heard any. Right? Even Astrobot. Astrobot, the first one, or Astro VR Mission on PSVR 1, was on PSVR 1. We now have Astro's Playroom and Astrobot, the actual game, and somehow didn't get an Astrobot VR? Like, they couldn't even give us a VR version of their game that started off as a VR game. Like, they just don't give a fuck. And it's probably because nobody bought PSVR 2, let's be honest. PSVR 2 wasn't exactly flying off shelves, and I get it, it was $600. And yeah, the MetaQuest is $5, but the MetaQuest also doesn't need a PS5 to work. So PSVR 2 is only $100 more than MetaQuest, but it also needs a PS5, which is minimum $400. So in order to get a PSVR 2, if you don't have a PS5, you're looking at minimum $1,000. MetaQuest 3 is only $5. And it doesn't need anything else. PSVR 2, I mean, well, it comes technically with earbuds, but they're not that great. But let's say you don't need anything else. Still, it's $1,000. And it doesn't have anywhere near the amount of game support. Is absolutely not supported by first party in any fucking meaningful way. So they probably didn't sell a whole lot of them. I don't imagine that they did. I think the fact that we didn't really get any sales numbers probably tells us that they didn't sell a lot. Let me see if I can even find any sales numbers. PSVR 2 sales numbers. Let's see. 600,000 in his first 6 weeks, which is good. Not insane, right? 600,000 in the first 6 weeks. Let's look at MetaQuest 3 sales. MetaQuest 3 sales, 6 weeks, so we can get like apples to apples. Well, there's no official data, but they estimate between 900,000 and 1.5 million in its first quarter. But you know, I don't think there's any realm of the multiverse where a PSVR 2 sells better than MetaQuest 3. There's just the cost is higher. Just the easy use is just not even close to being the same. And the support when it comes to software, also not even close to being the same. Like, even if there aren't games that you want to play inside the Oculus store or the MetaQuest store, whatever it is, you can literally download VR games on a PC or even on a Mac and then fucking boot them onto the fucking headset. You can play games on the headset that aren't in the store. Can't do that with PSVR 2. I mean, you may be able to now that they fucking gave it PC support, but it's PC support where the fucking Sense controllers don't even have adaptive triggers. So what the fuck are we doing then? Because one of the main selling points of those Sense controllers is that they have adaptive triggers and haptic feedback just like the DualSense. You take that away and then what the fuck are they? They're just Oculus Quest controllers or MetaQuest controllers. So yeah, but anyway, PSVR 2, I do it, so long story short, this is what I do. I ramble and rant. To answer your question from 17 hours ago, yes, I do play in VR. Not very often though. I've played the Batman game that came in MetaQuest. When you bought MetaQuest 3, it came with that Batman game, so I played that, which is actually one of the best VR games ever. And I do mean ever. That fucking Batman VR game on the MetaQuest 3 is fucking incredible. It is literally just VR Arkham. It plays almost exactly like an Arkham game in VR. You feel like you're playing an Arkham game. It is fucking amazing, right? Because there are so many games that are like the VR version, and then they just feel like a VR experience. Like the VR Spider-Man game, it's like a VR experience. You're like, hey, thwip, 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 thwip. Oh, look, let me shoot the little fucking drones. Or thwip, 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 thwip. But it doesn't play anything like any of the Spider-Man games. The Batman VR game plays exactly like an Arkham Batman game. You're doing the investigations, you're going into detective mode. You are grappling up to fucking gargoyles and perches inside of fucking rooms and doing the stealth takedowns and putting the fucking explosive gel on the walls in the shape of the bat and blowing them up and putting the booby traps. You are playing an Arkham game in VR. It's fucking incredible. So I played that. I played the obligatory Beat Saber Drums Rock, which is like a drumming game. And then I have like a what do you call it? It's like a kickboxing game. It's not really a game. It's like a kickboxing fitness app. Just in order to fucking get some exercise in, because I need to lose some fucking weight. I've been dieting and exercising for like 2 months now, and so like I lift weights 6 days a week, and then every other day or every once in a while during the week, I'll throw on that fucking kickboxing thing and do that shit for like an hour to burn calories to try to fucking lose some weight. So that's really all I play on the VR right now. But that's why I bought the headset. Really, I bought it mostly because I wanted to use it for fitness, and then for whatever games that come out that are interesting, which there's a bunch that are. But again, I mostly play on my console. But when interesting shit comes out, I'll check it out for sure. And I may eventually, once I start putting more content on this channel, I may look at streaming myself playing VR certain experiences. So it's just something I'm thinking about. I'm looking at all the different ways I can create content for the channel and more than just doing game reviews or bullshit videos that I normally do. Let's see. Good to see you back, bro. Hope you're good. Thanks, Compost. Toe dipping gamers, nearly every achievement is ultra rare. Supernova, my goat. Great to see you doing a live stream. Hope you're doing fantastic. I am, dude. I'm doing really, really good. Did you ever crack a Chronos the New Dawn? No. I was interested in it when I saw it. It kind of felt to me like a combination between like a Dead Space and Resident Evil. Even though Dead Space itself is kind of like Resident Evil, but it interested me. But as I saw more and more gameplay of it, it just felt a little jank for me, right? Like I was looking at it and I was like, it's the concept is kind of cool, but to me, it looks like it plays kind of clunky. It looks a little jank, and if I'm being honest, the enemy designs are not very inspired. They kind of feel very samey. They all look like fucking Groot, right? They're all these weird tendril creatures and just like different versions of the same type of creature. It's like when I played South of Midnight. Every fucking enemy in that game is like a weird tendril tar creature. They all look exactly the fucking same. They just have different body dimensions, right? Like there's no real individuality between them. Obviously, they require different things to beat them, but they look almost exactly the same. And they can say, well, yeah, but they're supposed to be like the same race of creatures or whatever. I get that, but I also don't want them to look like the exact same fucking thing, right? Like imagine like you have like, well, here's a green blob monster in the shape of like a dog, and then here's a green blob monster in the shape of a cow, and then here's a green blob monster that's in the shape of a horse, and there's a green blob monster that's in the shape of like a person. And it's like, yeah, they have different shapes technically, but they're all fucking green blob monsters. They look exactly the fucking same. That's the way I felt about the enemy types in Chronos, the New Dawn. So I was like, I'm gonna pass on it. The vibes I'm getting from the gameplay is it's not gonna be too fantastic. And it seems like that was a good bet because from all things I've heard, it's not amazing. It's not the worst, but it's not like, holy shit, if you played Chronos, the New Dawn. So, yeah. Especially because I'm on disability, so I don't have like infinite fuck tons of money to throw around at shit, and especially now because I'm on this fucking health kick, so I'm buying supplements and shit every month, creatine, protein, greens, like because I hate vegetables, so I get like the fucking super greens, like just all your fruits and vegetables, and the fucking powder. It tastes like shit, but I chug the drink, it's done in 3 seconds. I don't have to eat fucking vegetables. So between all that shit and other things, like it's just I don't have all this extra money to throw at stuff, so I'm kind of being selective of where I'm putting my money when it comes to buying games. So I was looking at Chronos the New Dawn. I was like, nah, I think I'll take a pass. Let's see. Glad you're back, Super. Thanks, Ghost. Can't wait for Resident Evil Code Veronica. Did they announce they're making a Code Veronica remake? I can't remember if they did or didn't, but yeah, I would love a Code Veronica remake. I'd loved Code Veronica. What I really want, and I know they'll say, they already remade that game, Nova. I want a remake of the first Resident Evil. But they remade it on fucking GameCube, Nova. No, they called that shit remake. It was the same fucking game. It was the same game with fucking updated textures, and they took away the tank controls, but it was still the same exact game, right? And then they added like I forgot what they're called, but like the super dangerous, like they look like fucking Battletoads enemies. And then they added what's her name? That weird, what's her name? Lisa, the girl that looked fucking like a hunchback with like fucking leather faces, fucking leather face, human skin shit on her that wasn't in the original game. But other than that, it's the same game. I want Resident Evil 1 given the Resident Evil 2 remake treatment. I don't want that GameCube remake or even the re-release remaster that was on PS4. I want a true reimagining of Resident Evil 1 and the Spencer Mansion. For me, the two best Resident Evils are 1 and 2. Fight me. I don't give a shit. It was 1 and 2. The remake for 2, fucking amazing. 3, not so much, but what'd you expect? They pumped it out in a fucking year. It was a cash grab. Let's be honest, it was a fucking cash grab. They reused assets. It took place in the same city like in the original game, but they banged that shit out in a year. Anytime someone bangs out a AAA game in a fucking year, you know some fucking corners were cut. So, but let's take 3 out of the way. 2, fucking awesome. Resident Evil 4 remake, even though it's almost exactly like the original one, it's not the exact same game. There were changes made. Resident Evil 4 remake, fantastic. Give me a true reimagining of the Spencer Mansion and the first Resident Evil. That's what I fucking want. Even though I want Code Veronica, that's what I want is Resident Evil 1, an actual fucking remake. Let's see. My issue with PSVR 2 is a lack of content for it that I couldn't get on my Quest 2 or 3. Yeah, Paul, that's what I was saying, dude. Like, they didn't support it, which sucks because the hardware itself is good, right? From a hardware perspective, it's sound, it's great. For the price, you're not getting anything better for the price, but it didn't have the software support, again, when compared to the MetaQuest. And the overall experience when it came to ease of use, it's a pain in the ass. And you know, like I do, Paul, because we're both in wheelchairs, for an able-bodied person to get up and throw the headset on and, you know, move the cord out of the way and do all that shit probably doesn't seem like that much of a pain in the ass. But I'm sure you would agree, Paul, that when you're in a fucking wheelchair, trying to set up all that shit with the cord and all everything, and then mapping out the room, turn around when you're in the chair, it's a pain in the ass because we can't just like turn around and look behind us. We either have the chair locked or not locked, or like it's a pain in the ass. So the experience for setting things up, it's so much harder and so much more difficult and cumbersome on the PSVR 2. And I'd be willing to overlook how cumbersome it is if it had the software. But not only does it not have the software, then it's also cumbersome. So I kicked it to the curb, got a MetaQuest 3, and after using the MetaQuest 3, it's like, holy shit, I honestly will take a reduction in the graphical fidelity for the ease of use and larger library of games that the MetaQuest has. Now, in a perfect world, I would get the PSVR 2 levels of performance with the library of the MetaQuest and the ease of use. But we don't live in a perfect world, and that's never going to happen. There's always going to be some type of shortcut made. The ease of use means we don't get the performance. The performance on the PSVR 2 means we don't get the ease of use. I get that. But for me personally, as a paraplegic in a wheelchair, the ease of use really does impact my life in a meaningful way, to where it made it where anytime I wanted to play my PSVR 2, before I even started, I'd be like, fuck, I gotta go do the whole thing. And like, I almost talked myself out of playing the game before I even fucking started playing the game. So, let's see. RE4 remake had a VR remake, right? It wasn't a VR remake. I think it was just a VR mode for PSVR 2. But yes, it did. It's been a while since I've had a big PlayStation event. I hope we get one, despite almost every month MBG claiming the big one is coming, but take it with a grain of salt. Yeah, that's why I listen. I first started watching MBG. I don't really watch him now, but I'd seen his content in the beginning when he was just coming over from the Xbox side over to PlayStation. And it was interesting to see his perspective as someone that was like a lifelong Xbox guy who had never played these PlayStation games that I consider some of the best gaming experiences in gaming, and now experiencing God of War for the first time, Spider-Man for the first time, Last of Us for the first time, and then kind of hearing his perspective on those games and what his thoughts were, right? Like, it was interesting. This is like, I'm talking about years ago. Years and years and years ago. And then this was before he became just a pro PlayStation channel. And now it is, yeah, every fucking month it's all the PlayStation events coming. He sounds like fucking people in California talking about the big one in terms of like an earthquake, or like fucking what's his name, Red Fox, talking about his heart attack. Well, it's the big one, Elizabeth. I'm coming, Elizabeth. It's the big one. Right? Like fucking every month, the big one's coming. That's why I don't talk about rumors on my channel. I don't like talking about rumors or leaks. 9 times out of 10, they're bullshit. But these dudes are so fucking quick to jump on there and be like, oh, rumor on the street is we're gonna get a PlayStation, not a state of play, a PlayStation showcase next month, and they're gonna show X-Men, and they're gonna show Wolverine 2, and they're gonna show a game where Ellie puts on a strap on and fucks Dina up the ass, so it's gonna be incredible. And it's like, is that gonna happen? Is it? Like, it never does. So, yeah, that's why I don't really take that dude very serious. There's another guy up over 100,000 subs, and I'm like, fucking. But I will say this: aside from his live streams where he constantly talks about big events, his other channels where he covers, his news and stuff, they're decent, right? He does a decent job, gives you the information, but. Yeah, it's like every month it's the same shit. Oh, we got the big one's coming next month. Is it, bro? Like, just let them announce it. When they announce it, it's announced. I don't want to hear about the big event next month. Oh, the big event's coming next month. Did PlayStation say anything? Oh, no, then shut the fuck up, right? Then it didn't happen. It's not happening. Unless they say something, it's not happening. Oh, but the insiders say, I don't give a fuck what the insiders say, right? Until it's announced, it didn't happen. It's not happening. Right? It's like, oh, well, insiders say that Xbox is doing this, Nintendo's doing that. Did they announce it? No. Then for me, it's not happening. Until they tell me it's happening, I don't believe the quote-unquote insiders, right? Not that they don't have a decent track record. Some of them have great track records, but none of their track records are 100%. So I hate this, take it with a grain of salt. No, I'm not going to take it with a grain of salt. I'm just not going to listen to the bullshit. Well, let me talk about this thing that's going to happen next month, but take it with a grain of salt. How about you just not tell me about the thing that you have no fucking idea is going to happen next month or not? How about that? But hey, they're entitled to make their content about whatever they want. They want to do that, cool. I'm never going to do that. I think it's dumb. I don't think we get a PSVR next gen. To tell you the truth, Compost, I think you're probably right. I think that we probably don't. Just because I don't think PSVR 2 was successful enough. And even though the market for VR is growing, I don't think it's growing or expanding at large enough of a rate to where it's worth it for them to spend the money on the R&D to produce another piece of hardware that's just going to not be able to compete with the MetaQuest. So I think you're right about that. Let's see. You can play 7, 8, and RE4 on a VR headset. 7, yes. 7 was PSVR 1, but 8 and RE4 you can do on PSVR 2, yes. But they're not fantastic, right? Like they're not. There's limitations to it. It's not. I don't know. I tried both of them and I didn't really enjoy them. Even though I love VR experiences for the Resident Evil games, for those specifically, they didn't, I don't know, the implementation of VR, it just wasn't great. And the way that they try to implement how you access your weapons and your inventory, it wasn't the slickest, right? You look at, again, The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, which has an inventory system and weapons and all this other thing. The way that you interacted with all those things was very intuitive and easy to get your head around. With the Resident Evil games, it wasn't as intuitive and just it didn't seem to work all the time. And they also gave me a headache for whatever reason. Whereas the other ones I could play for hours and not really feel nauseous or get a headache. The Resident Evil games, Resident Evil 4 specifically, after about 40 minutes, the shit was just giving me a headache, and I was like, I'm done with this. So, let's see. Arkham Shadow also got a sequel, but I hope we get better graphics. Which one's Arkham Shadow? I don't think I played that one. Not gonna lie, VR2 needs to be priced like $300 to $400. Only compromise I see with MetaQuest is the graphics and frame rate. Yeah, but honestly, even though there is a difference in graphics and a frame rate, you don't really notice it when you're in the game, right? I mean, if you put on one headset and then took that headset off and put on the other headset, you can probably say, oh yeah, I can, going from headset to headset, I can definitely tell like the difference, right? Like I can tell, I just put this one on, just put that one on, I can tell the difference. But if you're not doing that, if you're not putting one on right after another, and you're just throwing on a MetaQuest 3 and going, to tell you the truth, keeping it a buck with you guys, I don't know that you notice the difference, because you're not able to just readily compare it to a PSVR 2. And there wasn't a single time that I was playing the MetaQuest 3 where I had the headset on and I'm like, you know what? I wish this was on PSVR 2 right now. It would look so much better. I was just enjoying the fucking experience on the MetaQuest 3. And I'm a graphics snob. Like, I want amazing looking graphics in games. Like, I don't, like Vampire Survivors, that shit doesn't interest me because I'm like, that shit looks like it runs on a fucking Texas Instruments calculator. Don't give a fuck, right? Like, it's 2025, I'm trying to play 2025 games, not games from fucking 1984 that are sold in 2025. So I'm a graphics snob type guy. And even me, when I play the MetaQuest 3, knowing damn well that I am seeing a reduction in performance both in frames and resolution, it doesn't affect me to a degree where I'm like, I wish this was on my PSVR 2, because it's just so much easier to fucking get in and enjoy the game and then put it away when I'm done. It weighs less, I put it over there, it's easier. I get in, get out, it's easy. And I enjoy it so much more. So even though there is that compromise, I really don't feel it when I'm playing the MetaQuest 3. Let's see. Hey Supernova, what do you think about the new Lamborghini Phantom? I haven't heard of the Lamborghini Phantom. Let me see. What model is it supposed to replace? Yeah, what is a Lamborghini Phantom? I don't know what a Lamborghini Phantom is, and I don't see anything a Lamborghini Phantom when I look it up. Oh, you're talking about this Revuelto Phantom concept? I don't think it's a real car. I think it's just concept images. And did Lamborghini actually make that, or is that like a concept car made by somebody else? But I'll tell you what, it looks sick as fuck. But again, I'm seeing 5 different cars that are claiming to be the Revuelto Phantom, and they all look a little bit different. Here's a Cyan Phantom. Is it the Cyan Phantom? It's hard to tell. This is the other thing. A lot of these cars, and I've come across this a lot. A lot of these YouTube videos, they'll talk about this brand new unreleased model of a car or limited 1-to-1 model of a car, and you're looking at it, you're like, wow, that looks amazing. And then you realize about 10 seconds in, this is fucking AI. It's AI, and the only way you really know is when you're paying attention and you see that as it's cutting from angle to angle, that things aren't lining up the same way. You're like, hold on a second. The car from the first 10 seconds and the car from the second 10 seconds, even though they look very, very similar, the grille looks different, or the headlights are in a different orientation, right? So like, I'm looking at all these different versions of a Revuelto Phantom or a Cyan Phantom, but they all look different. So, and unless it's officially announced from Lamborghini, I'm gonna call bullshit on it. But what I'm seeing, it just kind of looks like a Terzo Millennio, which is a concept car that I think is a one-of-one that Lamborghini made. Terzo Millennio is a fucking sick-ass car though, but it's like a concept car of what a fully electric Lamborghini would look like by the year 2030 or some shit. Terzo Millennio is a fucking sick-ass car. So of what I saw there, it kind of looked like a more aggressive Terzo Millennio. Let me see if Lamborghini has anything on their YouTube channel about that Lamborghini Phantom. Yeah, there's so many times where I'll see these cars, I'm like, oh shit, that car looks dope. And then I realize that shit's fucking AR, and I'm like, this fucking piece of shit. Yeah, I don't see anything from Lamborghini released about a Phantom, so I'm gonna go ahead and say that the Lamborghini Phantom is bullshit. That it is not a real car, and what you probably saw was a really, really cool 3D render of a digital artist's concept of a car, but it's not real. Like the Terzo Millennio is a real car. You can go see the Terzo Millennio in a showroom. They're not selling it because it's a concept, but the Terzo Millennio, they actually built it. I don't think that a Lamborghini Phantom's a real thing. But yeah, you gotta be careful with that. It's fucking AI, man. There's way too many fucking videos out there where it is so hard to discern the thing you're looking at from reality or AI. Especially in a lot of these car videos. I've seen so many fucking car videos where I'm like, oh, 2026 fucking, Porsche. And I'm watching the video, and then I'm like, about 20 seconds in, I'm like, hold up, this isn't a fucking real car. It's not a real car. And the thing that always gives it away is, like I said, there's some detail on the outside that don't line up, or they'll show you like a shot where you can see the interior, and then it'll do like an interior shot and the dash is completely different. You're like, whoa, hold up, where the fuck is this dash? Where is this dash in this car, right? Great example, the current car I have right now is a 2015 Volkswagen GTI. And Volkswagen has a concept for a fully electric GTI that they're making, which they have an actual car of, and it looks really, really cool. But then you can see videos online of the electric GTI, and then you're looking at like the dash, and I'm like, holy shit, that's the dash on the inside. I'm like, dude, that's fucking insane. And then you realize as soon as it like cuts to another shot of the car, you're like, whoa. That dash from like 5 seconds ago, why isn't it in the car now? It was in the car 5 seconds ago, now it's not in the car? Like, oh, I get it, it's AI bullshit. So be careful when you're looking at these fucking car videos. A lot of them are just bullshit. And it'll be AI voiceover, which AI voiceover is one thing, right? Like maybe someone doesn't have a good speaking voice or doesn't want to have to record dialogue, so they type out a script. But if you're watching a video and it has AI voiceover, pay attention, because the car you're looking at more than likely doesn't fucking exist. Just Uncle Supa's, advice for the day. Let's see. I need to hook my headset up to my PC to do VR flight sim mod. Because you're not going to get flight sim on PS5, obviously, because you don't have a PlayStation. So yeah, that's going to be dope though, Paul, for people that do have a PlayStation to be able to play flight sim and VR. I personally don't care, because I think flight sim is kind of boring. Like when I was in high school, not even high school, when I was in junior high, in my industrial technologies class, when we were done doing whatever we were doing, they had a bunch of computers in there, and they had flight sim. At the time, it was Microsoft Flight Sim 98. And that was fun, but it was only because we would do trying to land planes on an aircraft carrier during adverse weather situations. So it was like trying to land on the carrier with all kinds of wind and shit like that. But it was like fun because it was an actual challenge. Regular just like flight sim shit, like taking off from Chicago O'Hare and then flying fucking 13 hours to Phoenix Sky Harbor, or however fucking long it takes. It's like, that doesn't seem fun to me. It's not fun to me. It's actually really boring to me. But for people that really like that, for people that enjoy the actual flight simulator in VR, that's fucking next level, dude, right? Like that's it don't get better than that, because you can either play on fucking 3 monitors where it kind of feels like you're in the fucking plane, or you can play in fucking VR where you're in the fucking plane, right? So for dudes on PlayStation or dudes like you that are going to do the PC mod, being able to finally play Microsoft Flight Sim in VR is going to be fucking incredible for you guys. So I'm happy for you guys. Let's see. Found it. 189 hours put me in the top 20% for Xbox. That's crazy. That seems super, super, super low. But what is it for PlayStation, right? Like, just because 189 hours puts you in the top 20% for Xbox, where does that put you on PlayStation? Like, it's one thing to look at the Xbox and be like, 189 hours put me in top 20%, lols. But what is it for PlayStation? Is it close? Is it drastically higher to get you in the top 20, right? I mean, I think the data kind of shows that it probably will be higher, but like, how much higher? So yeah. It's in your DM on Twitter, Nova. What's in the DM on Twitter? Hold on. This fucking thing. Hold on. Oh, I see your fucking 189 hours. Yeah, top 20% of players for hours played. Yeah, that's crazy. That seems fucking crazy low. Like I said, I'll do that in a fucking month. Gaming, just to give you an idea. Hold on, I'll be right back. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna fucking run into my room real quick. I'm gonna boot up my PlayStation because when did fucking Borderlands 3 come out? Let's see. Or Borderlands 4, man. Borderlands 4 release date was September 12th. So it's been what? 8 to 20, 18 days. So give me 1 second. I want to fucking go run inside real quick and just look at how many hours I've played in Borderlands just in the last fucking 18 days. It's got to be close to that, man. Or if it's not, at least, I mean, I would assume it's probably half that many. I know I did a bunch of hours in fucking Borderlands. I don't think I've done 189 hours, but I probably got like half that many. Let me see. Be right back, guys. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll give you a topic. The Civil War is neither civil nor war. Discuss. That's a coffee talk reference for any of you guys who grew up watching SNL in the 90s. But be right back. All right, so the fucking official tally is 87 hours. I've got 87 hours into Borderlands 4. And I'd have more, but I kind of fucking almost did everything I really wanted to do. Like, I'm already Ultimate Vault Hunter level 5. I've already got all the perks I want on my character. I've got my Rafa fucking Ricochet build, which is what you see in this video playing in the background. This is actually my gameplay of me and my Rocker Ricochet build. Like, the second I activate the fucking Peacebreaker cannons, it's just fucking death. Death, death, death. And I use this fucking Hot Slugger shotgun that does like 7,700 DPS, which is for one fucking shot. And then just it ricochets everything. It just fucking destroys shit. Like the Ricochet, the Peacebreaker cannons are so powerful with this Ricochet build that I can go through shit and kill enemies without having to even fire my gun if I wanted to. I could just zip around And the Peacebreaker cannons are not only killing people, every time they kill an enemy, they increase how long my Peacebreaker cannons stay active. They also have lifesteal, so they're constantly healing me. And they just they just fuck shit up. So, yeah, but like I've already got all the legendaries I could possibly want. That's the kind of thing that really sucks about Borderlands. Like I love Borderlands, but there's only so many legendaries, right? Like, oh, there's fucking 11 billion guns, guys. Yeah. But there's like 20 legendaries. I mean, there's more than 20. I'm being hyperbolic. But there's like very few legendaries of each type, right? Because there's so many different categories. So if you're talking about snipers, SMGs, shotguns, pistols, assault rifles, ordnance, grenades, shields, your fucking healing vials, then your character mods, all those things, right? There's all these different categories, and you only have a set amount of legendaries for each one of those things. So yeah, there are billions and billions and billions of guns in Borderlands, but there's only, I don't know, a small handful of legendaries for each different category. And once you've gotten the legendaries, that's it. You're kind of done, right? I'm talking about once you get to level 50. Once you've gotten a level 50 of that legendary weapon you're looking for, you're done. There's nothing else to do. And there isn't a fuck ton of legendary weapons. And the other problem is that when, again, yeah, there's billions of weapons, but, and I shit you not, and this is a major criticism of the game, there are billions and billions of weapons, but as you're playing through the game, 85 to 90% of the time, the weapons that you find or that are given to you for completing quests and completing missions are not as good as a weapon you just randomly found from doing some other shit. So yeah, there's billions of weapons, but 85 to 90% of them, you're just gonna throw away or sell. As a matter of fact, my buddy had a weapon he picked up at level 13 that he used damn near into his fucking 30s, almost to level 40, because it was still doing more damage than any of the fucking guns at his actual player level. That gun just happened to be really fucking good for his build or whatever it is. So you're gonna constantly come across guns that are not as good as the shit you have. And a lot of it doesn't make any sense, right? It's like, all right, here we are. I've got a level, I got a level 3 blue or a level 30 blue right now. My gun, hypothetically, right? And this happens a lot in the game. It's like I have a level 30 blue assault rifle, right? And this is, in terms of the status, it's white, green, blue, purple, orange, right? So blue is below purple and below orange. It's 2 away from being legendary. And I'll have a level 30 blue assault rifle. And I'll be level 40. And I'll find a level 40 purple assault rifle. And then look at the stats, and it does like 1,000 DPS less than my green, a level below my green, or my blue, I'm sorry, I'm mixing up colors. My purple level 40 will have 1,000 DPS below my blue level 30 assault rifle. So not only is my new one 10 levels higher, it's also an entire rarity higher, and somehow worse. And you will find that happening all the fucking time. So while I appreciate that there are billions of guns in the game, I'd rather there be like 50,000 and maybe 50,000 meaningful guns in the game, rather than billions of absolute dog shit that I'm not even gonna fucking look at. Like, it got to a point once you get to a certain point, you're not even looking at anything below certain rarity levels. Like, once you get into the level 30s and shit, you're not picking up greens anymore. You're not even gonna look at blues. You may give blues a little look-see. But other than that, it's purples and ledges, that's it. Blues are a maybe. Once you get into 40 and 50, fuck blues, fuck greens. At that point, even fuck purples for the most part. There's only a few purple items worth a damn once you've hit level cap 50. It's only legendaries that matter at that point. So yeah, there's a billion fucking guns in the game. But most of them you're gonna be useless to you. Most of the items that you get, all the loot, great. Most of it's fucking useless to you. It really is. That's the one thing I really hate. And the other thing I found was that I found the gear and the shit you got from doing missions to absolutely suck. Like the drop rates for shit are not that great. If you're milking bosses, farming bosses, the drop rates aren't bad. But in terms of drop rates in the open world, it's not that great for getting shit. So while Borderlands 4 was fun and I did enjoy it, at the 87 hours mark that I'm at Ultimate Vault Hunter level 5, with my complete build for my Ricochet Rafa, with all the legendary guns I want for my build, and all the legendary perks and all the legendary gear I want for my build, there's really no point in me going back to Borderlands other than just to go into Borderlands to do shit. Because I'm not trying to platinum the game. I don't care about getting the platinum for the game. But anyway, the point was that 87 hours, and that's with me slowing down drastically how much I've played in this last week, because I pretty much beat the game in the first week and then pumped the brakes hard because I was getting kind of bored of it. So you got to imagine with Ghost of Yote coming out on the 2nd, and then fucking Battlefield 6 on the 10th, by the end of October, in this 1.5 months, 1 3/4 months of playing, I'll easily have gotten over 189 hours of gaming. So to me, that's really low. To be in the top 20%, that's crazy. Let's see. 4 and 2, my opinion. I'm guessing, Nelson, you're talking about 4 and 2 for being the best Resident Evils. Agreed. No true gamer cares about remasters. Yeah, I don't care about remasters. Like, I don't mind them, but not as a replacement for something else, or not in the place of something else. That's where I kind of had that take issue with PlayStation. Like, and I get it. Well, there's a whole group of people that didn't grow up with a PS4, so now we can remaster the games for PS5. Great. And I wouldn't care if you remastered the games for PS5. If you were also releasing fucking games, but when we're getting this kind of trickle, this slowing down of the releasing of games on PlayStation, and I get it, these games take 4 and 5 years to develop, I understand. But when you've got your first party studios working on fucking remasters instead of their new games and new IP, that's where I'm like, listen, I don't give a fuck. Oh, but the people that are on PlayStation 5 didn't play it on PlayStation 4. Guess what? The PlayStation 4 version still exists in the PlayStation Store. If they want to buy it, not only can they can get it for like $15. You're just trying to re-release it with updated graphics so you can now charge $60 or $70. Because you can't charge $70 for the PS4 game that's been out for 7 years. But when you remaster it for PS5 with updated graphics, now you can. So let's not pretend that the reason why is because, oh, the people that didn't play it on the PlayStation. No, that's because you want to fucking resell it again for full price. Which again, if they want to do that, great. But not in the place of other games or replacing other games. If they were still releasing other games at a decent clip, remaster everything you fucking want. I don't care. Also, some games just don't fucking need it. Right? The Horizon Zero Dawn remaster, unnecessary. Last of Us Part 2 remaster, unfucking necessary. And it looks almost identical. If you show me a side-by-side of the original and the remaster, and I can't tell the fucking difference, if you didn't label which was which, and I don't know which one is which, you didn't need to fucking remaster it. You didn't. Just give people on PS5 a patch to play it at a higher frame rate, right? Let people who have The Last of Us Part 2 for PS4 download it on their PS5, be able to play it at 60 frames without having to buy a whole nother copy of the fucking game. Just do that. Unnecessary remasters. I can understand remaking or remastering a game from fucking 1997. I don't agree with remastering one from 4 fucking years ago that looks identical to the one you remastered. Like it's fucking silliness, bro. Fucking silliness. I miss the old Nova Rant vids. You make me laugh every time. Good stuff. Thank you. Thanks, BD. Yeah, looks like Code Veronica's confirmed from what I heard. Nice. Who knows, after Code Veronica, we'll get either RE1 or RE5. I don't want RE5, dude. Like, RE5, it's not a great Resident Evil. Let's be real. RE5 and RE6 are they're not the greatest. I don't need those remade. Leave them in fucking Resident Evil limbo. As a matter of fact, let's forget they exist. How about we make a new 5? Let's make a new 5 and a new 6 and forget those ones ever fucking existed. Because 5, all you did was fucking, you went from shooting Hispanics that had centipedes that grew out of their heads to now you're shooting fucking blacks that have centipedes that grow out of their heads. Even though I liked RE4 Remake, I gotta be honest with you, I fucking hate the Las Plagas. For me, Resident Evil is about fucking zombies. And once we get to the Las Plagas, where they're just fucking like village people who have fucking centipedes that grow out of their fucking head, I'm like, what is this shit? Where are the goddamn zombies? I want fucking zombies. RE2 Remake, amazing, has zombies. RE3 Remake, not so much, but at least it still has zombies. Code Veronica will have zombies. RE5, blacks with centipedes that grow out of their fucking heads. And then RE6, you've got the 3 different campaigns. The best one is the one where you play as fucking Leon and what is it? Is it Jill or Claire? I forget which one it is. But it's the one where you fight zombies. The other one, you're fighting fucking spider bug people. It's not even Resident Evil, dude. You're just fighting fucking spider bug people in fucking Tokyo or some shit. It's boring and it fucking sucks. Leave 5 and 6 the fuck alone. Nobody likes them. I don't need to see fucking Chris Redfield punching a 17-ton boulder in fucking 8K, okay? Don't need it, don't want it, leave it the fuck alone. Let's see. Are you still bumping heads with the Xbox fanboys still? Are you gonna make more Xbox fanboy videos like old times? Those are the funniest moments, Nova. If there's a moment that calls for it, yeah. I'm not trying to make a exclusively beating the shit out of Xbox dudes just to do it channel. Because I want this to be a channel where we can all fucking come and hang out. Because even though I shit on Xbox a lot, and even though it is not my preferred platform, I still enjoy Xbox and its games. Some of them, right? Like I think Clockwork Revolution looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. Indiana Jones, while not the greatest game, I enjoyed Indiana Jones and the Circle of Life, whatever the fuck it was called. Didn't enjoy Starfield, but that's because I love Bethesda games, and for me, Starfield killed all the immersion and sense of wonder that you got with games like Oblivion and Skyrim, because those just dumped you in the open world and said pick a direction and go, and you only loaded when you were going into caves or going into certain settlements. But other than that, the entire world was just open, no load scenes or load screens. And Starfield was load screen to load screen to load screen to load screen to load screen. And it's kind of the nature of the beast because they decided to make a game where there's 11,000 planets or whatever the fuck it is. So you have to load going from place to place to place to place. I really wish they could have done it more seamlessly, like the way that, No Man's Sky does it, or even the way that Star Wars Outlaws did it, where you took off from the planet, flew into space, and there was just no transition. It was you got in the ship took off without fading to black, gave you control of the ship, you flew it up into the atmosphere and then out into space, right? Like I wish it was more like that. That's not the game they chose to make. I get it, but because of the nature of the type of game that they chose to make, it means that it was constant cutscenes, or not cutscenes, I'm sorry, constant loading screens, which for me really killed the sense of exploration, especially coming off the, you know, the tail of a game like Elden Ring. You know, was Starfield before or after Elden Ring, actually? I forget, but either way, like Elden Ring levels of exploration, that's what I loved about the Bethesda games. It felt like that, right? Like I go anywhere, do anything. I never know what's around the corner. Starfield, by comparison, didn't feel like that. And you brought out your fucking binoculars and you just scanned the horizon and it was like, oh, camp over there, that over there, that over there. All right, where do I want to go? And it kind of took away a lot of that sense of exploration and just, I don't know. To me, it killed that for me. And that's the thing I love most about the Bethesda games. So Starfield I didn't really care for, but there are a lot of other Xbox games I did like. I didn't really like South of Midnight. But like I said, I think Clockwork Revolution looks like it's gonna be fucking awesome. I'm not even gonna fucking front on that. I think it looks awesome. So I don't want to be just a channel that shits on Xbox all the fucking time. It's not what I want to be. It's not what I'm trying to be. But if they deserve it, fuck yeah, I'll make a video ranting about them. Just like when PlayStation deserves it, I'll make a video fucking ranting about them. Same with Nintendo. If they do something that annoys me and I want to make a video bitching about it, and let's be honest, I love bitching about shit, then I will very much make a video ranting and bitching about it. Let's see. Supernova, if they do make an RE5 remake, they better use the same actors. I mean, they already have their faces. Will be a smart move. Yeah, I don't know, though. Again, I don't want an RE5, so I hope they don't fucking do that. You guys remember Michael Does Life? Dude was the ultimate troll when he was talking about The Last of Us 2. Always had guys heated in the comments. Yeah, I hate that dude's that content. Like, I appreciate his hustle. I know that he was playing a character, right, with his fucking weird faces and shit that he makes, and his fucking, well, I don't think he was intentionally crossing his eyes. I think he's just fucking cross-eyed, but the weird noises and shit he would make and pulling his fucking head over his shirt over his head like he was the fucking Cornholio. Like I understand the hustle, but I think his content's fucking dumb. But hey, I'm sure there's lots of people out there that watch my content and are like, yo, this Supernova guy's dumb as fuck. His content sucks. So to each their own, but me personally, I thought that dude's content was absolute fucking trash. But yeah, he was absolutely fucking trolling and farming, what do you call it? God, what the fuck's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the fucking word. Basically getting people to watch his shit. Anyway, hold on a second. I thought the PSVR 2 saves rooms. It's supposed to save rooms, I think, but the amount of times that I would boot up my PSVR 2 and have to start by remapping the room I'd already remapped fucking 15 times, I can't tell you how many times that happened. Even though I said 15, it was way more than 15. Nova, what's good? What's good? Eastern Conference Gaming. Yes, I was scrolling on YouTube and I seen the Lamborghini Phantom video, but I'm not sure if it's real. Yeah, I don't think it is, Brandon. I can't find Lamborghini officially releasing anything about it. And like I said, if you go to images in Google and type in Lamborghini Phantom, you get 3 different cars, and they all look like they're a kind of hybrid between a Revuelto and a Terzo Millennio. Like it's a Terzo Millennio base, and then they kind of put Revuelto, I guess, features or characteristics on it. But yeah, I don't think it's real. Let's see. I wish they didn't take out the Infinity Pistol from Borderlands. I don't know what the Infinity Pistol is, to tell you the truth. I think I heard something about it, but I don't. What's the Infinity Pistol? Remind me. Actually, let me just look it up. What the fuck's the Infinity Pistol? Let's see. Borderlands Infinity Pistol. Borderlands 2. It's obtained randomly from suitable loot sources. Increased chance to drop Doc, Mercy, 300 Valley. What's so great about the weapon? Decreased damage and fire rate. Yeah, I don't know. From the specs, it doesn't seem like anything amazing. But tell me what's so amazing about the Infinity Pistol. Let's see. Hey, welcome back, Nova. Great to see you back, homie. Thanks, Danger City. I need gear to grind, not just guns. That's why I don't play it. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind if it was just guns. I mean, you do have gear to grind because you have your, basically like a backpack, like a shield, and then you have like your injector that you use to replenish your health. Then you also have a slot for either grenade or a throwable weapon or some type of ordnance like a rocket launcher or like quad cannon. You also have your mod slot. So I think, was it 5 things? Because you got your shield, your health, grenade or ordnance. Yeah, then you got your character mod, and then you have like, it's also called a mod. I forgot. It's character something. There's something that's like mods that are universal, and there's another type of mod that's character specific. So you have those 5 things. So you do have gear to grind as well, not just guns. But it's the same problem, right? It's the same problem of, yes, there's a billion guns, there's a billion things of gear, but there aren't a lot of legendaries. And you're gonna come across a lot of gear even as you've gone up levels. If you find a good piece of gear, you're gonna go up multiple levels and then find gear at higher levels and higher rarities that are somehow not as good as gear that's of a lower rarity and lower level, which on its face doesn't make any fucking sense, right? Like, a level 40 blue should kick the shit out of a level 30 blue just for the sheer nature that it's 10 levels higher. But when you jump up a rarity level on top of that, the fact that you can be 10 levels higher and a higher rarity level and still not be as effective as something that's 10 levels lower and a lower rarity level, it just doesn't make any fucking sense, and it's annoying. Because you'll see something pop, like let's say you're stuck, you've been using a blue gun for a while, you'll fucking hear that noise, you're like, oh shit, a nice new fucking purple assault rifle. And let's be real, it's not until you get close to level 40 or 50 that you get legendaries that are meaningful. So when you get purples are about the best thing you can hope for. I mean, legendaries ultimately are, but at the same time they're not, because you get a legendary level 35 weapon, that gun can't take you into the end game, right? Like, ultimately, legendaries, you want to be able to collect them and hold on to them. But that's only worth doing once you're at level 50. Like, if you have the shift keys to open up the golden chest that have a really good chance of dropping legendaries, there is no point, and I've done it anyway because I was fucking trying to get good shit early on. There is no point in using your golden chest keys on the golden chest until you are level 50. Because all you're gonna do is open up that chest at level 40, get a level 40 legendary, and then guess what? In 3 levels, you're gonna find that same thing at level 43, and now the level 40 you have is redundant. It's actually not even redundant, it's worse, it's trash. So legendaries, until you are at level 50, really don't matter. So it's really the purples that you're looking for as you're going through the game, because purples, it doesn't matter if you find another purple, right? It doesn't matter. Give me purples all day long, but legendaries, those only really matter when I'm 50. So you'll see a level purple or a purple rarity, and you're like, oh shit, a new purple SMG or a new purple fucking assault rifle or weapon that I'm using for my build. And you get excited and you pick it up and you look at it, or you pick it up and you start firing it, and then you try shooting some enemies and you're like, this gun fucking sucks. How is it 10 levels higher, a rarity higher, and it fucking sucks. Get it the fuck out of my inventory, sell it. Fucking, where's the vending machine? Where's the vending machine? Get this shit out of my backpack. And that's the thing about Borderlands that makes it annoying. I like it. I love Borderlands. They're fun. But that happened so many fucking times in Borderlands 4 where I was like, dude, what the fuck is this? It's absolute trash. Let's see. I ignore the green guns, the green and white guns most of the time. Yeah, once I got to like level 40, I didn't look at anything unless it was minimum blue. Maybe even not blue, like minimum blue, maybe minimum purple. But I stopped looking at anything under that. Also, I had so much fucking money, because here's the other thing. You make a lot of money in the game because you're constantly getting loot. Again, 80% of it, 90% of it, worthless. Worthless other than the actual monetary value. So I would go to missions, it would drop fucking 50 fucking things, and my backpack, that's the first thing I max out. Before I max out how much ammo my guns can hold, first thing I max out is my backpack. How much shit can I hold in my backpack? And honestly, I'll be real, if you're just getting into Borderlands 4, real talk, I hardly ever came across a point where I was running out of ammo. You constantly find ammo all throughout the fucking world, in refrigerators and toilets and boxes and fucking barbecue grills, everywhere. There's ammo everywhere. But your backpack only gets bigger if you put points in your backpack. So to spend the SDU points and increasing how much ammo your guns can hold, counterproductive. Put it into your backpack, because the more space you can hold in your backpack, more gear you can hold, more gear you can sell, more money you have. But ultimately, it got to the point where I had millions and millions and millions and millions of fucking credits and nothing to buy, because again, level 50, guys, level 50, Ultimate Vault Hunter level 5. I'll go to the gun vending machine and everything in the vending machine is blue or lower. Once in a blue moon, there'll be one purple in there. Or once in a blue moon, there'll be one legendary in there. But the amount of times there's either a legendary or a purple in either the weapon vending machine or the health vending machine, shit, 1%, 2%. Almost every time you go to those machines, it is blue and lower, which means that everything in there is absolutely worthless. So I have tens of millions of credits and nothing to spend them on. That's the other thing, dude. It's like you give me all this fucking money and nothing to spend the money on. And yeah, I can respect my character, but that's only 6,000 credits. It's nothing to respect my character. And then even the iridium. The iridium in Borderlands 3, for example, was used at the black market. You go to the black market, the guy in the fucking wall, that would be like, after you buy his shit, he'd be like, go away. He's got like a little fucking like little window in the door, little bars. You buy his shit and like, get the fuck out of here when you're done. That's what you spent iridium on. The black market in this game, first of all, is not in one location. It moves around constantly. So you have to look up the location. Either you have to try to find it or you have to go online and look up where the location of the black market is, because it's not an actual place. It's a vending machine. And then once you find it, you can only buy one item in the vending machine and until X amount of time. I don't know what the time is. I don't know if it's 6 minutes or 6 hours or 6 days or 10 days. I don't know what the time is. All I know is that when you go into the vending machine and you buy your one item, that's it. You can't buy another item in there for X amount of time. And even that doesn't take iridium. It only takes credits. So iridium in this game is used for only one thing, and that's for respeccing your specialization skills, which are your skills that you unlock post-game. So all the iridium that you collect in the game, you can't even fucking use until after you've beaten the game. Which is like, I don't know, kind of feels shitty. It's like I have all this currency and nothing to spend it on. I've got all this iridium and nothing to spend it on. Not that it really matters, because iridium you don't get very, in very large quantities. And to respec your specializations, The first time cost 5,000 iridium. I'll tell you, when I beat the game, I was already level 50, beat the game. I only had like 6,500 iridium. And that's after playing for 60 plus hours. So you don't get that much iridium. So yeah, there's nothing to spend the iridium. There's a lot of changes they made to the game, which I just feel don't make a whole lot of sense to me. I don't really think they do anything to make the game more fun. They actually make the game less fun and more annoying than anything. But one of the things, again, is that I've got all this fucking money and nothing to spend it on. This is a major pet peeve I have with games, where they give you a lot of money and nothing to spend the money on. Like, I'm level 50. At level 50, I shouldn't see blues and greens in the vending machine. At level 50, it should be nothing but purples in the vending machine with a chance of a legendary in there. Fight me on that, right? Like, fucking prove me wrong. Fight me on that. Tell me that at level 50, vending machines shouldn't be nothing but purple with the occasional chance of dropping the legendary. Because what the fuck am I gonna do at level 50, Ultimate Vault Hunter level 5, with a white, a green, or a blue? I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. Not spend any of the fucking tens of millions of dollars of credits that I have. That's what. So they've created this entire economy in the game of giving you money, and they do give you money often because they give you gear and weapons non-stop, right? You're billions and billions of shit to pick up that you can sell, but nothing to fucking spend the money on. So that's something they really need to fucking work on for whatever their next one is. Let's see. Greens are only good at the beginning when you first start. Yeah, greens, like in the beginning when all you have is whites, greens are amazing. Greens are good up until like level 5. After that, like, greens are worthless. But again, I think there needs to be some type of scaling system, right? Like maybe level 1 through 10, blues is really all you get with like the occasional chance of dropping a purple. And then, you know, or maybe 1 through 20 is like that. And then 20 through 40 is, you know, now fucking the highest you can get is fucking purples with a chance of dropping a legendary. Like, just like find a way to scale it to where as you're getting higher up in level in the game, they're not giving you items that are going to be worthless. There will be absolutely no reason past level 20 to ever look at a fucking green. Especially at the rate that you get blues. Like, you get blues and purples often and fast. It's the legendaries you don't. So greens become absolutely fucking worthless. Blues at a certain point become worthless because you get purples pretty fucking often. There needs to be some type of ratio, and especially for the fact that the gear that you get in the game, even if you're playing cooperatively, is exclusive to you. You guys open up a chest, what I see in my game is not what my buddy sees in his game. We beat a boss together, the weapons that the boss fucking drops in his game are not what they drop in my game. It scales. So if I'm level 30, I don't give a shit if he's level 10. Let him get fucking whites and fucking blues. If I'm at 30, don't give me greens. Don't give me fucking blues. Or maybe give me blues, but give me purples and blues. Greens and whites should be out of the game, period. And then once you get to 50, blues should be out of the game. Blues, greens, and whites should be out of the game, period. There's no fucking reason for them to exist. Let's see. Division got the best gear when it comes to looters. Maybe, I don't know. I never really cared for the Division. And the other thing is, like, listen, I've got, I think right now, over $30 million or some shit like that. How about this? How about if you're gonna give me dog shit like blues, allow me to upgrade blues to purples for 2 million credits. And then allow me to upgrade that purple to a randomized legendary, not one of the pre-curated legendaries, to a randomized legendary, right? So it increases the DPS, increases the damage, and then gives me a random roll on the other perks for that particular weapon. Allow me to do that. Why not? I've got all this fucking money. At least allow me to take lower tier weapons and increase them into higher tier weapons. Because other than that, the lower tier weapons are worthless. Fucking worthless. So let me do that, at least. But you can't even do that. So you just fucking stacking up fucking bread you can't fucking spend it on. It's fucking dumb. Let's see. The Last of Us 2 or Horizon Forbidden West looks better than the remasters because of nostalgia. I don't think they look better than the remasters. I don't know what you're talking about, Red. I agree with the RE5 graphics already look amazing, but they are making it according to the rumors. I'm sure they will make more changes compared to the original, more horror. I think you misunderstood me, homie. I didn't say the RE5 graphics were already amazing, dude. RE5 definitely looks dated for sure. It looks like a PS3 game, I think, because it was, but honestly, please fuck that game. Let's see. Check out Hitman World of Assassinations on PSVR 2. It's like GTA without the thieving. I don't know what the fuck thieving is. I think he misspelled that. I'm like 52 minutes behind, had to pause it. Fuck, dude. Man, we would have gotten so many exclusives if Jim Ryan didn't hold every studio to make online game, which they all got pretty much canceled. Yeah. Hold on a second, guys. I just got fucking texted. 1 second. All right, let's see. Yeah, no, the whole live service push to me, I wasn't a big fan of. But that's also, admittedly, kind of a selfish point of view because I'll be honest with you, I don't play a lot of online competitive or live service games. I just don't. Like, when I was younger, I was hella into online competitive shooters, right? Or even just fucking split screen competitive shooters, right? Like, I grew up in the generation of playing GoldenEye 4x4 split screen on the N64 and Perfect Dark 4v4 split screen. And then by the time the Xbox came out, Halo 2, I'm sorry, it wasn't 4v4. On the N64, it was just 4-player split screen in GoldenEye and then 4-player split screen in Perfect Dark. But then by the time Halo 2 came out, on the Xbox, it was fucking 4v4 system link. We would fucking lug a TV and an extra Xbox to my buddy's house, and we would set it up, and we'd bring another couch. We would scoot his couch forward, put the other couch backed up against his, put the other TV facing the opposite direction, and we would sit back to back and play 4v4 system link Halo 2 all fucking weekend long, fueled by nothing but Mountain Dew and fucking Pizza Hut, and it was fucking glorious. Listen, those were some of the most fun days of gaming I've ever had in my fucking 40 years on this goddamn planet. The 4v4 System Link Halo 2, fuck man, that shit was peak gaming. But like back in the day, I did that shit. And then there used to be a cyber cafe I would go to because my buddy was the manager there and I would never have to buy minutes because for those of you who aren't aware with how a cyber cafe works, I'm sure you probably do, but in case you aren't, it's basically like a place where you rent PCs. Like you go in there, there's a bunch of gaming PCs and you get an account and you buy hours. And it's X amount of dollars per hour, and you swipe your card or your login with your credentials, and then you have X amount of hours to play, and then once your hours are done, you no longer can play, right? You have to leave or put more hours onto your card. But my buddy was a manager there, and he just gave me free hours. So I used to go to the cyber cafe, and we would spend all fucking weekend there doing nothing but playing fucking Counter-Strike Source, and fucking Battlefield 1942, and Battlefield Vietnam, and Command and Conquer General Zero Hour. But like back then, I was way more into competitive shooters and shit, and playing online, playing people in Counter-Strike, playing people in fucking Battlefield 1942, and then Battlefield 2 when that shit first came out, right? Like I played that a lot. And then Call of Duty Modern Warfare, played that shit a lot. But as I got older, I started gravitating far more towards a lot of the narrative-driven single-player games. So they're just the games I enjoy more, right? Also, all my friends got older. They got families. They got jobs. Once we became adults, it was hard to get people together to play games online all the time. So I stopped playing them and just gravitated towards the single player narrative driven games and open world single player games. And I kind of ended up enjoying those more, right? I can play those at my own pace. I don't have to worry about getting other people together to play. And I just enjoyed them more. So I just don't care about live service or competitive shooters or any of that shit. So when PlayStation was like, yeah, we're gonna invest fucking like 60% of our money or 20%, whatever the fuck they were gonna invest, percentage they were gonna invest into live service and online games, I was like, I mean, have fun with that, but that interests me absolutely zero fucking amount. Right? Like, I'm about as interested in that as I am interested in sucking a dick. Right? Just zero fucking interest. Don't care. Don't think about it. Don't want it. Just like, that's what you want to do. Cool story. Not fucking interested. So I personally would have rather they put that money and time and effort towards crafting more of the games that I personally enjoy. But that's just my selfish way of looking at it, right? I understand that they were looking at it from the perspective of these first-party single-player games are expensive as fuck, and we're trying to get some live service games on so we can get some, basically recurring income in terms of people just paying for battle passes and paying monthly and buying skins, right? They just wanted that fucking recurring income, which I get, but at the same time, I would have wished they stayed with their tried and true shit. I also wish we would have gotten Last of Us Factions. Even if that game turned out to be a 6 out of 10 piece of shit, I rather would have gotten a 6 out of 10 piece of shit Factions over fucking Concord that died in a fucking week. Concord that I was never interested in. I was actually interested in Factions. Concord I thought looked like dog shit from day one. I would have rather had a lackluster Factions that I was interested in versus Concord that I had zero interest in and died in a fucking week. Or that Spider-Man fucking multiplayer that we got the leaked trailer for, that they were like, you know what? This looks like fun, let's cancel it. Spider-Man, only like the fastest selling fucking first party game on our console, right now. I think Ragnarok may have beat that out. But like at the time, or for at least 4 times, Spider-Man was the fastest selling PlayStation game ever. Only the fastest selling PlayStation game ever, at least top 2. And a multiplayer game that people are begging for. They only beg for co-op every fucking day. One of the biggest reactions you saw from the Spider-Man 2 reveal trailer back 4 years ago when we got the Wolverine reveal trailer as well. When people saw that it was Peter and Miles, they were like, oh my God, are they doing it? Are they doing the co-op Spider-Man game that we all want? I'm not saying I wanted that, but people clearly did. They had this multiplayer game which basically would have scratched that itch, and they're like, nah, fucking cancel that. Cancel it. Oh, does the trailer look awesome? Of course it does. Of course it looks awesome. Of course it looks fun. It's only going to be a multiplayer game of like one of our most successful games of all fucking time. Why would we make this? Why? You know what? Let's not do that. Let's make this bullshit fucking Overwatch knockoff with some of the most uninspired, ugly fucking character designs ever fucking created. Ugly bitches and fat bitches and all kinds of other ugly bitches. And let's give them that instead. You know what? Herman tells us it's gonna be a Star Wars level property. That's what Herman says. So fuck giving them a multiplayer version of a game that sold like gangbusters of the most popular Marvel superhero in history, because you can fight me on this, it's a fact. Spider-Man is the most popular Marvel superhero, with probably Wolverine as a close second. Fuck giving them that multiplayer game. Let's give them this other fucking Overwatch fucking reject looking piece of shit with characters nobody gives a fuck about with this Star Wars level property. Thanks to fucking Herman Holst. Let's give him that. Fucking stupid. Fucking stupid. Like, it's almost like they got fucking, like, they just hand in, like, fucking paintballs to fucking chimpanzees and just tell them to throw them at the wall. And whatever fucking game it hits, that's the game they make. It's like, was anyone asking for that? No, but how are they gonna know they want it unless we make it and tell them they need it? And while I get that is a certain aspect when it comes to sales and marketing, because when you create new IP or new product, obviously part of marketing and sales is selling it or convincing the person that otherwise didn't know they needed or wanted that product to feel that way. That's sales and marketing, right? Did they ask for this product? No. Do they want this product? No. But it's your job in sales and marketing to convince them that they do. I get that. At the same time, to step over projects that the fan base absolutely has shown interest in, a desire to play, and actual asking them to make these things, to step over that project, to then make this other project that nobody fucking asked for. And then somehow, like, the game fucking just completely implodes and they're like, how did this happen? How did we get here? I don't know. You made a fucking game that nobody wanted. That didn't look good, wasn't interesting, didn't have compelling characters. Let's be real, Concord, it played well. It was a polished game. It played well. But outside of being polished and playing well, it was uninspired. And then their whole thing that they were banking on was, well, what's going to happen is there's going to be this overarching narrative that we're going to unveil over the course of months and years, right? Like, you're going to log in one day and there's going to be a new cutscene giving you a new part of the story. And it's like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. So, like, first of all, it's just a fucking hero versus hero shooter game. And you're fighting people that look exactly like you because you picked from the group of heroes, they picked from the same fucking group of heroes. So you're literally fighting people on the other side that look exactly like you. Can someone explain to me how that had anything to do with, like, some overarching narrative bullshit? It doesn't make any fucking sense from a narrative perspective. Well, we're gonna go kill people that look just like us. Not like wearing the same clothes. Like, I'm gonna go kill my doppelganger that exists in this universe for some unexplained reason. Oh, and by the way, here's another cutscene about the story that makes no fucking sense with the game you've been playing for the last fucking month. Because the gameplay and the cutscenes had nothing to do with one another. But that was their big thing, right? Oh, this overarching narrative we're gonna tell. Nobody gave a fuck. And the sad thing is, now I kind of want to know what that overarching narrative was. I want to know, like, what was this grandiose Star Wars level fucking story they were going to tell? I want to know what that was. We're probably never going to see it. But now I'm curious to, like, what was this fucking story that made them so convinced that they can have this game where it's just you killing your doppelganger for fucking months at a time, and then they're going to drop a cutscene to advance the story that has nothing to do with the game you've been playing. Like, none of that shit makes sense. And the game didn't impress when they first showed it. People looked at it and they're like, all right, whatever. No wonder when it dropped, nobody fucking bought it. And I hate to break it to you, for anyone that's like a diehard PlayStation guy, Marathon's gonna do the same fucking thing. Marathon's dead on arrival, mark my words. No one's buying that shit. It doesn't look fun. I've watched extended gameplay of Marathon. It looks fucking boring. It looks worse than Destiny. Not even just graphically. It graphically looks worse than Destiny, honestly. I mean, again, that's hyperbolic, but it's the art style. Because the art style is so simplistic, it doesn't look as good as Destiny. The character models look fucking bland and boring. And then there's that whole shit where they fucking literally just ripped off like 90% of that bitch's work. Like, her own brand logo is in that fucking gameplay footage for fucking Marathon. Like, they can't be like, oh yeah, well, I mean, her her background detail she made kind of looks like our background detail, but like what, does she own the rights on that background detail? Like nobody else can make background details that look like that? Like what are you talking about? Yeah, that looks like her shit, but I mean, does she own the rights to that shit? That's her logo right there. Well, fuck. I got an excuse for this one. Well, no shit. You literally blatantly stole her shit. Couldn't even like credit her. If you liked her shit that much, pay her for her work. But you were so fucking lazy, you literally copied her fucking logo into the shit. It doesn't look fun. It doesn't look interesting. This fucking extraction shooter shit, listen. I don't find extraction shooters to be that compelling, honestly. Especially not ones where like you gotta hop in and hop out. You hop in for 10 minutes, hop out. Hop in for 10 minutes, hop out. Like I like getting in the game and staying at least a good amount of time in there. Like I enjoy the Call of Duty, what the fuck's it called? The one for the last open world zombies, whatever the fuck it was. The open world zombies, what the hell was it called? I can't think of the fucking name. But whatever the fuck the name of that thing is, like you're in there for like 30 minutes. Like you're in there for a good amount of time. You get in there, you have time to go around and explore and collect shit. Marathon, you're in and out like fucking 15 minutes. And I don't like PvPvE. Like if you give me like an open world and it's PvE, cool. All right, I go in there with my buddy. There's enemies we gotta kill. There's mini bosses and shit we gotta try to get in and get out. There's threats, you know, zombies are crazy. Cool. The thing that annoys me the fuck out of extraction shooters that are PvPvE is like you're already trying to deal with enemies that are a pain in the ass. In Call of Duty's case, it's like the zombies. You're trying to deal with these enemies, or you're looting, right? Because let's be real, it's an extraction, so you're looting shit. So like you're sitting there and you're like opening up shit, trying to see what's in here, what's in there, and then some random fucking group of dudes come by and then fucking murk you and then take all your shit. And it's like, dude, that to me that's not fun. Like I want to get in, explore, yes, worry about the threats that are in the game in terms of like zombies or bosses or whatever. Like make them threatening, make them difficult to deal with. But when I get murked by some random fucking dude who then takes all our shit and I've lost all my shit, lost my upgraded backpack, lost my fucking upgraded plate vest, not because I got beat by the enemies in the game, but because some random fuckstick rolled up with fucking 4 of his homies and decided to gank us. I'm like, dude, this is fucking bullshit. Like, that's why I don't like the fucking, the shit in the Souls games where you can get the people that spawn into your world. I don't like that shit. Like, Souls games are hard enough. They're already hard enough. Everything in the world is hard enough without some dude spawning into the game who's played 15,000 hours of fucking Elden Ring, and then he's gonna come in and insta-murk me with his fucking tier S magic bullshit. Oh, and by the way, not only that, all the enemies in the game just ignore him. So not only is he gonna come and murk me with his tier S magic fucking graduated from Hogwarts fucking valedictorian bullshit, none of the enemies are gonna fucking acknowledge he exists, and he's just gonna fucking run you off. You're trying to run away from his ass because you didn't know he was even in the fucking game, really, because yeah, the little thing pops up, but you're not paying attention half the time until the red psycho ninja fucking shows up. You're like, oh shit, and then you gotta run. And then now you got all these fucking enemies you aggroed, and then either he kills you or they kill you, but it doesn't matter because then you lose all your fucking souls. Like, that is not fun to me. The game's already fucking annoying. Difficult, I should say. It's not annoying. The game's already difficult. I don't need that bullshit on top of it. So in PvPvE games, I don't like that. Give me the PvE. I don't want the PvP part of it. And it sucks that all these extraction shooters are all PvPvE. And like when I hear that, I'm like, whatever. And I would have been more keen on Marathon if Marathon had at least a single player campaign. Look at Destiny. Destiny has its PvP. What do you call it? What the hell they call it? I forget what they call it in Destiny, but they have their PvP shit, right? But it also has an entire single player and or co-op campaign. Marathon doesn't even have that. It's like half the game, not even, it's like a quarter of the game. The Destiny is, it just doesn't interest me. It really doesn't. But anyway, I'm gonna bounce, guys. It's fucking 6 p.m. my time. I have to go fucking take meds, get something to eat, and do some other shit. So thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I'll try to start doing live streams maybe more regularly, especially when it comes into being the new year. For those who joined later in this video, come 2026, at some point in that year, I'm gonna rebrand the channel. And it's going to be like you see here at the top, it's Nova Nation, which is what I call my live streams, and it's what I consider us, right? I consider me and all the people that are sub to me and the people that like my content. We are the Nova Nation, right? I am Supernova, so it's my nation ultimately, but you are part of my nation, part of my Nova Nation. So I'm just going to rebrand the channel Nova Nation. It's going to be called. It'll be Nova Nation. I'll change the name, new logo, and I'm going to be trying to put out more content in the next year or so. Because again, and I put this shit up earlier. I just dipped below 13,000 subs. I was above 13, but I made 3 AI videos. One poking fun at Xbox, one poking fun at PlayStation, one poking fun at Nintendo. Seems the Nintendo dudes are more pissed off than anybody else, but I lost like 30 subs in the last week. But so I'm now underneath 13, but I look at shit like this guy, 70,000 subs, nothing but clickbait bullshit videos, flip-flopping on shit. It's like, there's no reason I can't get there if I honestly put effort into it. This fucking guy who always sounds like he's been walking through the desert for 60 years, he's got fucking 245, like this guy's got a fucking play button. This motherfucker has a play button. I've seen his videos. Gotta be honest, they suck. They suck. Listen, say what you want about me. You can say my content sucks. You can say that my quality for my videos suck. Whatever criticisms you have against me, maybe you hate my takes on things, maybe you don't like my opinions. I think we can. I think, again, speaking about myself, I think I'm at least entertaining to a degree. More entertaining than these fucking guys, I think. Right? Like, I think fucking, if you had to choose between listening to this guy or Crap Gamer or me for an hour, and granted this is kind of a biased poll here, because you guys obviously are here, I think if most people had to choose and they knew all 3 of us, if they chose fucking this guy or Crap Gamer over me, I'd fucking go kill myself. Because I find myself just far more entertaining than they are, I think. But I also laugh at my own jokes, which is kind of a cringy thing. But I think I'm funny. I'm also, admittedly, I know I'm dumb, but that's what makes me funny. But yeah, so I'm starting in, especially the new year after I rebrand, I'm going to be doing live streams more often. I really want to get this channel grown, get people to become members, and grow enough people to where when we do live streams we have a couple hundred people on there doing super chats and shit, because I want to ultimately get to a place where I can do monthly giveaways for consoles or hardware, software, whatever. Just make it fucking a cool fucking place to hang out and a cool community to be part of, because there really isn't, I don't think, a real cool community online in terms of like a channel. I mean, there are cool channels out there, I guess, but they don't really feel like communities. They feel like people's channels, and yeah, people are sub to them and rock with those people, but they don't really feel like a community. And I want to make this more like a community, right? A community where I'm the leader of the community because it's my channel, but it's still like ultimately the content I make and the things that I do is for all of us as a community, and trying to expand and grow the community. So that is the goal. Will it happen? I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to at least put effort into it in the new year. Whether or not that goes anywhere, time will tell. But I will see you guys later. Have a good day.